Oh, well. That's fine.
Just kidding. Let me change it.
Hello, people of the internet. I am James Phoenix. And this is another WWE Fantasy Log. With me is Tiff.
Oh,
I forgot to put a wrestling shirt on. Sorry. So we're going to deliver that one tonight. But ironically, this particular shirt does bear some relevance to a story we're doing tonight, so I can actually tie it in.
that's funny.
You wouldn't think that, but it does. We'll get to that.
No, but I just want to stop you for just one quick second. And I know we just started, and you're gonna hate me, but for some reason you're not showing up over here.
That's weird. Hang on. Again. Sorry, folks. Live, everybody. How about now?
Nope.
Hello. I can see me.
I can't see you. You're a big round-looking disc.
Well, I don't know why, because I can see me. The camera's on my end. That's weird. I don't know why that would be not coming through on your end.
Well, it's Hangouts. What are you gonna do, right?
That's true. It is Hangouts. What are you gonna do? Can't do anything with that. So I don't know. I got nothing.
Okay, I'm gonna try something.
Okay, try something. All right, folks. Tiff's gonna drop out and come back in and see if she can get the video of me working, mostly because she'll need it for the screen share later when I put up the score. So, Jeff will be joining us a little bit later on. He's running a little bit late, so when he gets here, we will welcome him. Hopefully, it won't be too long. He's running a bit late. But per the usual, this is the show where we go through and we cover the news of professional wrestling. And then we cover the week in WWE programming, and we score it for our fantasy league. I drink a lot of water because I'm thirsty. So, how about now, Tiff? Can you see me now?
Yes, sort of. I don't know. Maybe my computer's too hot or something.
You should buy a cooling pad for that.
Well, if only I had the Staples Easy button. That would have been easy.
It would have been. But seriously, go buy a cooling pad. It's like $20. Anyway, as long as they can see me, that's what matters. And if I can see me, they can see me. Or at least that's how I understand Hangouts works. We'll see if Jeff can see me when he gets here.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to go ahead and start firing through some news stories here and see if we can get some of this done. Because we're going to be interesting tonight because we are here in America going through daylight savings time during the course of this recording. So we're going to lose an hour as we're going through this. We're going to have to deal with that. But in the meantime, let us start off with the news. The news. All right. Okay. Stop loading ads. There we go. So first up, what's that?
Is that okay, parrot?
I want a cracker. Anyway.
Call yourself a Yago.
Nice. Good turnaround. Well done. I swear, if I have to eat one more of those filthy, disgusting crackers. No, anyway. So WWE has recently been promoting a number of big overseas international ventures in terms of wrestling events. There's been a lot of rumors of them putting on a 100,000-seat show down in Australia coming up at some point this year or next, among others. And one of these events was confirmed and advertised on Raw, and that was the Greatest Royal Rumble. I don't know if you heard about this.
I've seen something about it on the internet somewhere.
Yeah, in the nation of Saudi Arabia, specifically at the King Abdullah Sports City in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. They're going to be hosting the WWE Greatest Royal Rumble, which will be a 50-man over-the-top rope Royal Rumble match, presumably among other matches, which will be the biggest Royal Rumble in the history of all Royal Rumbles ever. Generally, the history of Battle Royals ever, actually. I don't think anything's ever had that many guys in it, so big deal.
Just my understanding, it's usually only 30 men.
It is, except for that one year they did 40 because they thought it was cool, and then they realized it wasn't. But yeah, you'll see.
Now they're going to do 50. Let's see if that's cool.
Yeah. Well, the question I have is, what is on the line here other than to be able to say you won the Greatest Royal Rumble? Because I feel like there needs to be something on the line here for this to mean something. Shot? Yeah, because normally it's a title shot, so I don't know if they'll put a title shot on the line in this or what the deal will be here, but we'll have to see. But superstars that are to be seen at the event include John Cena, Triple H, Roman Reigns, AJ Styles, Braun Strowman, The New Day, Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt, and Shinsuke Nakamura, among others. The event is part of a 10-year strategic multi-platform partnership in support of Vision 2030, Saudi Arabia's social and economic reform program. So that's cool. Mm-hmm. So we'll have to see how that turns out. That'll be coming up on Friday, April 27th, by the way. So stay tuned for results of that. We'll see if there's any fallout from that affects the greater WWE as a whole. All right, let's see. Let's go over here. Speaking of the greater WWE as a whole, information came out this week. Always good to keep track of where our executives stand. Am I right?
Yep.
So, Vincent Kennedy McMahon made the 2018 Forbes billionaire list. And if you're wondering, Vince McMahon is the 1,394th richest man in the world, and he currently has a net worth of $1.7 billion.
It's a lot of money.
Indeed. This is the second consecutive year that he's made the annual list, so good for him. There was a while there where he was the millionaire who should have been a billionaire, so he's made it back up. Mm-hmm. We'll see whether the XFL sinks him back down. Speaking of how much money people have or are making, as we continue on, we also saw the release this week of the WWE Executive Salary Report, specifically the SEC filing. That's the Securities and Exchange Commission, by which they are legally required to disclose information about the company. Relevant details include that Vince McMahon's current annual salary is about $1.4 million. Co-presidents George A. Barrios and Michelle D. Wilson are both making $870,000 each. Triple H currently rakes in about $684,000, as does Kevin Dunn, the head of the WWE head booker there. Interestingly, Stephanie is not on that list.
Shane?
No, however, it is noted that as part of their talent contract, Stephanie made $2.2 million. Triple H made $1,493,460, and Shane made $1.3 million. So, plenty of money going to the McMahons there.
Yep.
And clearly, Triple H makes a lot more on the talent side contract than he does in the his actual executive salary, which is interestingly enough. Mm-hmm. He's making about double when you put the two together. Mm-hmm. Now, the $2.2 million, I'm not sure how much of that is Stephanie's executive vice presidentship and how much is her talent contract, but we'll see.
And that'll come up during Raw, that talking about her contract.
Yes, we will talk about who has talent contracts during Raw. Let's see here. But speaking of some people who no longer have talent contracts, mm-hmm. Let's talk about some releases that happened this week. All right. Boop.
Some of them we saw coming, did we not?
We did.
No, I'm asking.
I'm not sure to which one you're referring.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking. Like,
because you're asking like you already know the answer to the question. That's why.
I'm sorry.
So some of these, I mean, it is about that time of year. We're coming into March, April, which is WWE spring cleaning time. Although normally that waits till after WrestleMania, so they're doing a little bit of it early, as WWE clears out talent that they're not going to be using. Specifically, they did clear out two women who participated in the Mae Young Classic, those being Abby Lath, as well as Sage Beckett, both of whom were released from their NXT contracts. No official reason was given for either or. So, presumably it's just because they didn't feel they had anything for them. In addition to those releases, WWE not that long ago, per se, sometime last year. No, actually, no, it was actually a couple of years ago. It was 16, not 17. Brought in the first class of WWE potential trainees from China, one of who was a superstar by the name of Gu Guangming, who's a former super heavyweight boxer from China who had been with the company since September of 2016. He has also been released.
Isn't the same one that Cena was speaking Mandarin?
Probably. Wouldn't surprise me. So it looks like the spring cleaning for NXT is going on a little bit early. And we'll see this presumably, and especially, don't be shocked if you see a lot of talent cuts after WrestleMania, by the way, because that's where we're going back to single-branded pay-per-views. There's not going to be pay-per-view time for all these mid-card dudes. And there's going to be a lot less room for all these superstars to make pay-per-views. And if they're not on pay-per-views, they're not making money. And if they're not going to have pay-per-views, they're not going to get TV time worth shit. So don't be surprised if WWE preps for that by firing a lot of people after WrestleMania.
Dun, dun, dun.
Like tag teams that aren't doing anything, like the Colognes are probably going to be fired. They're going to be gone because they haven't been on TV in months anyway. Like R-Truth, I don't know how much longer he's going to be employed. Let's see, who else is employed that they're not going to need? Trying to think. The Miz draws are goddamn lucky that they have the Miz because the Miz will keep them employed.
Yeah.
Let's see, what other useless tag teams do we have that we don't need anymore? Unless this Fashion Files thing kicks up, I would not want to be the Ascension because they don't have much going on. Yeah, there's a number of people that may or may not have a future when all is said and done here. So we want to keep an eye on that. But going back to the departures, Abby Lath, the first of the aforementioned women who was released this week, issued a statement about her release on Twitter, stating, "Dear at WWE NXT and at WWE, thank you for all the opportunities you gave me in the last year. Thank you for everything I was taught, and I wouldn't trade that chapter of my life for anything. Now my path is changing, but the crown jewel is still very much alive." So we wish her and all the folks mentioned the best in their future endeavors. We hope they find opportunities to shine in other wrestling promotions. Following up with one more on people who are no longer employed by the WWE. And at this point, announcing people who are no longer employed by anybody. Sure, we all remember the saga of Rich Swann, the former Cruiserweight champion, who was in a bit of a domestic dispute situation regarding putting his wife in a chokehold and throwing her in a car a few months back. He was acquitted of those charges. They were found that there was not enough evidence to pursue those charges on him. However, it was chosen a month or two ago that Rich Swann was going to part ways amicably with the WWE over the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Rich Swann did announce on Twitter. You can follow him at Gotta Get Swan, by the way, if you want to follow his independent Twitter account. And, Rich Swann says that after all the bookings he's taken, he's so scared to step back in the ring, but he can't wait. But did announce that after the bookings that he's already taken are completed, he will be retiring from professional wrestling. And he says, "Thank you for taking the chance on my name." So, Rich Swann, we wish you the best in your remaining independent bookings and your retirement. And we hope we'll see you maybe on the podcast and around talking about the industry a little bit because you got charisma, man, and I'm sorry it didn't work out for you in the WWE.
Indeed.
And I hope everything's okay with you and your wife there because it sounds like you made up. So hopefully everything's okay. Ah, poor Rich Swan.
Anything else?
Let's see here. So apparently the aforementioned remaining bookings, Rich Swann canceled all his appearances, including ones he was scheduled for during WrestleMania weekend. So he may be retired immediately. Supposedly, he's said to be in low spirits due to the feedback that he and the promoters are getting for booking him. So I guess people are kind of frowning on him due to the charges. So I can kind of understand where that's coming from.
Zack Ryder.
Zack Ryder?
Hmm.
What about him?
I don't know. I'm asking because he seems to be pretty low. I mean, he did go away and then he came back and.
Oh, you mean people who might be fired after WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Yeah. As much as I hate to say that, yeah, Zack Ryder has got nothing at this point. He was over for a while, but really at this point, he's been nothing. He's been, for that matter, Mojo Rawley, by the way.
Yeah. I was
Both
ask
the hype
that,
pros have nothing.
Next.
But they try to. I mean, Mojo could have a solo career, but only if he gets a push. And I don't know if there's room to give him a push. Well, I'm gonna be. Although if they could do something with him. I mean, Mojo's in great shape and he's decent on the mic. They could do something with Mojo if they use him right. Zack Ryder may have hit peak here. But Zack Ryder is WWE to the end, and I could certainly see that if Zack Ryder's not going to continue on as a competitor, I could see him going the route of some of the other guys and becoming a trainer in the back and just working for WWE backstage because they could certainly use him for that. I think Zack Ryder will stick around in some capacity.
Yeah.
Now, he'll stick around even if it's just filming shows on the WWE network. They'll find a use. They'll find a use for the guy.
Yeah.
He's got charisma, unlike a lot of people.
Anyone else?
No, that's all we got for right now. But speaking of people who are not currently employed but could be employed, we'll go in another direction. And this just may not end overall, but we'll find out. Reports have been circulating that Alberto El Patron, a.k.a. Alberto Del Rio, was at the WWE headquarters in Stamford last week to film interview material for an upcoming project related to Rey Mysterio. But while he was there, he also met with Vince McMahon, who remains a fan of him as a performer and a character, which comes at an interesting time, as there have been rumblings that they've been looking at the idea of bringing him back.
So they weren't going to bring him back.
So did I. Right now, it's just rumor. When he left, he didn't pull any punches when speaking at WWE, with Triple H being his primary target. But in recent times, he did do a 180 and apologized for his comments, while basically blaming his former girlfriend Paige for his state of mind.
Oh.
Apparently. Which is kind of my point of, if you bring him back, you better not put his ass on Raw, or you're asking for a fucking meltdown. Especially given there were rumors that he was beating her at one point because she's already got a neck injury. In a follow-up, let's see.
What are they doing with Paige anyway? Like, for example, are they just going to be taking her away? Because if they are going to be taking her away, then it doesn't matter where he goes.
Well, we don't know. As of right now, she's the manager of Absolution. That's her job right now. She's Absolution's mouthpiece. Supposedly, WWE is, I guess, waiting to see if her neck gets better. And for right now, they can use her as a manager. And beyond that, if it comes to the point where Absolution splits up or they don't have some, then they'll deal with what they're going to do with Paige at that time. Primarily, they need to keep Paige around long enough for that movie The Rock is making about her life to come out. Once the movie is out and done, all bets are off.
About whose life?
About the life of Paige and her well-known wrestling family.
Huh.
The Rock
Really?
is the Rock's production company is making a movie about it. That's why they wanted to get Paige back, because they want her there so they could promote the movie. I think it's coming out at the end of the year.
Oh, okay. This is the first I've heard of it so far.
Yeah, they've been filming it on and off in different things. They were talking about it. Yeah, Fighting with My Family was the movie. It's scheduled for release on September 14th, and it's all about Paige and her family, who are well-known wrestlers throughout England
Okay.
and the UK in general.
Mm-hmm.
So that's coming out. Yeah, the Rock appears in the movie as himself.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, really? Vince Vaughn is going to play Jake the Snake Roberts? I kind of want to see that. That's an interesting casting choice.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so they're making this movie, and so they need to. Oh, Stephen Merchant's in the movie. Cool. Anyway, yeah, so they need to keep her around in good spirits until this movie comes out in September, and then once that's out and they've got the approach for the movie done and they've made their money, then they don't have to care anymore, and then they can fire her if they want to.
Mm.
But right now, don't expect her to go anywhere until after September. But back to Alberto. Let's see. One person close to Alberto denied there was a direct meeting with Vince. However, El Patron remains interested in returning to do a farewell type of tour. He has in the past aggressively badmouthed Triple H, but did apologize a few months back as a way to open the door. Even when he was in WWE, he was considered a Vince guy rather than a Triple H guy, so that's fair enough. And it's Vince who would be interested in having him back, so one of those situations. His Impact contract expires next month, so.
And Triple H doesn't like it. He's just gonna have to choke it back.
Well, for now, it depends on how long. Because I'm assuming Alberto will be smart enough to get out of Dodge before Vince moves on to the XFL in 2019. Because when that happens, Triple H is basically the boss, and then yeah. But that's assuming that Triple H has the ability to be the boss if Vince doesn't sell the whole company to Fox.
Yeah.
We covered that last week, so moving
Anybody
along.
interested? Look at the link from last week.
Pretty much. Watch last week's video if you want to hear about that. Or just Google it. It's out there. Moving on. Speaking of other people whose jobs are in potential jeopardy. Jonathan Coachman, current Raw commentator, is in a bit of a situation as he was named in the lawsuit currently being filed against his former employer ESPN for sexual harassment.
Uh-oh.
It's kind of been in the news a bit that former employee Adrian Lawrence of ESPN filed a lengthy lawsuit against ESPN and a number of named individuals for ongoing sexual harassment during her employment at the company. Specifically in relation to Coach, the district court filing states, and I quote, on or around January 18th of 2016, SportsCenter anchor Jonathan Coachman emailed Ms. Lawrence offering to provide her with mentorship and providing his cell phone number. When he contacted her via text, he quickly turned a professional conversation into a personal matter, asking about her musical interests. He was employing the ESPN Predators playbook. Colleagues then cautioned Ms. Lawrence that Coachman was notorious for sexually harassing female employees. After learning that, Ms. Lawrence made an effort to communicate to Coachman that she had a boyfriend, after which she did not hear from him again, and he made no offers of mentorship. Coachman's reputation for making unwelcome sexual advances toward women and engaging in other sexually harassing behavior was not a secret. Carrie Chow had warned Ms. Lawrence about him when he gave the short list of men at ESPN who were notorious for sexual harassment. Coachman had sent Walsh inappropriate photos of himself and text messages, falsely telling her colleagues that they were romantically involved and that she wanted him, another common practice of men at ESPN. At least one young production assistant who joined ESPN just out of college had complained to Ms. Lawrence about Coachman making her feel uncomfortable by complimenting her physical appearance and making passes at her.
And it wasn't a secret, and they kept him on payroll.
But because all the men in ESPN were doing it, they couldn't fire one without implicating the whole damn company. That's what's coming out in a lot of these media outlets, Hollywood sources, and even political offices and everything else. That it's the out secret because everybody in the office knows it, but because all the people in power in the office are the ones doing it, they're just going to deny it if it comes up, and they have the power to shut you up. So because everybody at ESPN was doing it, nobody was going to say anything about anybody else doing it because they were all doing it. Hashtag me too.
Is that where that came from?
Yes. Not from that specifically, but just in general. Hashtag Me Too is, more and more women coming forward to say, hey, they too have experienced sexual harassment. It's a wide, rampant problem, and almost every woman has experienced it at some time or another. So, also welcome.
Hi.
Summation of Miss News. NXT people got fired because they were new and they had nothing for them.
The two female superstars.
And the Chinese dude.
Oh, the Chinese dude got fired?
Yeah, Gu Guangming.
Fuck you, racist WWE.
Yeah, that dude also is not around anymore. So that happened. Rich Swann announced that he's retiring from professional wrestling.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah. That's happening. Supposedly Alberto Del Rio may or may not have had a secret meeting with Vince McMahon about coming back.
I heard that.
He was at the headquarters to film some shit for a Rey Mysterio project. Let's see, what else did we cover?
Why would they want Alberto? The last time he came back, it did nothing.
I don't know. The last time he came back, they put him with frickin'
Excuse me.
What the hell's his name? They put him with Zeb Coulter over there and came up with that Mex America bullshit. You're surprised it did nothing?
It was stupid. Also, the last time he came back, he boned Paige and stole her from WWE.
That too, which is another reason why I wouldn't want to see him back, because that's just going to backfire.
Yeah.
Unless you put him on SmackDown, in which case, fair enough. Let's see, what else do we cover?
Yeah, but if you put him on Backfire, then Xavier Woods is going to rip into him.
Possibly.
Leak sex tape?
Yeah, but at the same time, why would he rip into him for that?
Oh, I could see them using it as an angle. It's WWE. They'll use anything.
True. Well, not anything, but yeah.
And we lost Tiff.
No, Tiff. Oh, well. She'll be back.
She'll come back.
She will. What else? We found out that Vince, Triple H, and Stephanie all make between $1.5 million and a little over $2 million a year. We know that Vince is worth $1.7 billion overall, according to the Forbes billionaire list.
Okay.
What else did we learn?
Welcome back, Tiff.
Welcome back, Tiff. Yay. What else did we learn? Yeah, we covered all that, and Coach is a accused sexual harasser, is where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we covered that.
Okay.
So ESPN is currently investigating these charges against everybody at the company that have been filed in the suit. And WWE has said they're going to conduct their own investigation into Jonathan Coachman's behavior to determine if they need to take any action. Shortly after the news broke, Jonathan Coachman issued a response on the Twitters, which you could follow at The Coach Rules, stating, "I will address this only once because I am seething today. In 21 years of being a professional, all capital letters, I have never been more offended in my life. In my 9 years, I can count on one hand the amount of times I interacted with anyone other than a co-anchor. To allow someone to spread vicious lies and flat-out fabrications is not okay, and it's time someone stood up for themselves." Let's see. At Jamela, I don't know who this is. At Jamela Hill, who is this? Jamela Hill, I guess, is it? Oh, another correspondent. Okay. At Jamela Hill addressed her lie last night. "I am not a part of this lawsuit because I have never done anything wrong. My reputation speaks for itself, and anyone that has ever worked with me will back that up. I am also offended that someone can dangerously throw people's names into something for the clear attempt at gaining headlines. This is the only time I will address this because I am not a part of this lawsuit. My heart goes out to anyone falsely accused of anything. Trust me, it doesn't feel good. But most of you have been incredible and supportive. Onward and upward."
Yeah, well, this is the age of media, and especially social media. You could say whatever the fuck you want, and that shit will spread like wildfire.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And WWE issued a statement about the situation also, simply stating only that we take these matters very seriously and are investigating. And if you head out there, you can see that the complete lawsuit documents are available out there, as are the as is Coachman's dispute of the claims over on his Twitter account. So feel free to check that stuff out. Moving along. Oh, we talked about the greatest Royal Rumble. That was the other thing.
Yes, the 50-man Royal Rumble.
Yes. So let's see here. What else we got? Oh, I hate to make this segue, but I have to make this segue.
Speaking of rapists,
No, not rapists, but speaking of people who have made a career on sexual harassment.
oh, okay.
We'll go that way. Ric Flair.
Not who I thought you were going to go to, but okay.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. He's whining and dining.
He is Space Mountain.
He is. It's true. He slept with over 1,000 women by Flair's own testament. So I guess that's not harassment. That's just more women want to bang Ric Flair. But anyway. So this is kind of interesting. Is Ric Flair's going to be in a movie.
Okay.
So that's cool. It's called Uncle Steamroller and Champion Rabbit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a weird name. I don't know why. The movie itself is not that weird. That's just a really weird name.
Okay.
It's a movie being written and executive produced by Brian Kowalczyk, and the premise is that it is about a wrestling promotion, a fictional wrestling promotion, and the main character is an Iraq war veteran who, prior to being deployed, was a wrestler and is now attempting to get back into the wrestling business after having returned home from said deployment. And he's doing so while being managed by a motivational speaker.
Okay, then.
And so Ric Flair will be appearing in the film as the president of the World Wrestling Union, a.k.a. the WWU, that is a Las Vegas-based wrestling promotion that said character is trying to make a comeback in. So that's cool. Flair and his fiance are also executive producers on the project.
Fair enough.
So look forward to seeing Ric Flair in that. Flair is good. All right, moving on. What else we got? You know what? Yeah, screw it. Let's say. Speaking of 16-time world champions who are doing things in Hollywood.
Oh, brother.
No, it's an awfully specific segue.
Fuck him.
John Cena.
No.
Fuck him.
No, fuck him if he wins tomorrow.
Fuck him for injecting himself into bullshit that he has no excuse being in.
Don't fuck him. Fuck the writers for that. And it's just to build it up of, oh, Cena's lost every attempt to get to WrestleMania. Oh, here's The Undertaker. That's all it's for.
I hope so.
So, among other things that Cena is doing
recently. Already specific about it wasn't going to happen.
Well, of course he said that. That was what was written in the script to throw people off the trail for a few weeks. That was the point. Is too many people were already speculating it, so they had to put that out there to throw people off the trail, so they might buy his storyline of, oh, I need to win the SmackDown match to go to WrestleMania.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
See.
Anyway, so John Cena, we noted this a little while back, but it was announced has landed a voice role in the upcoming Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated series on Nickelodeon.
Yes, he has.
And he represented Nickelodeon at their upfront presentation at the Palace Theater in New York City Tuesday morning. He's also the host of this year's Kids' Choice Awards for the second consecutive year. He's also executive producing a new Keep It Spotless game show for Nickelodeon. And relevant to what we're talking about here, he will be voicing the villain in the aforementioned Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated series. That villain being known as Baron Draxum.
Yep.
And just for the sake of putting it up here, let's throw this up. That is, what the hell? Oh, okay, yeah. That. I give you Baron Draxum. Can you see, Tiff?
No.
Sad face.
Okay, then.
I haven't been able to see any video or for anything that you're sharing. So
Well, that is a sad face. Hang on.
Baron is
I
here.
tried to go in and try to go out, and
Hang on one
that
sec.
didn't seem to work.
Admittedly, that is a pretty cool design for a character.
It's not bad, yeah. My question is exactly what the voice is going to sound like. That's what I would like to know.
It's going to sound like John Cena. Does he do any other voices?
You don't know that? Here, I will, here, let me go over here. Here, Tiff, here is the picture in question for you there. Paste. You can click on that and check that out. And I don't know.
Wait,
might.
what? John Cena has voiced the Incredible Hulk. What the fuck?
Okay, why not?
And Marvel Avengers Academy in 2016 video game.
Cool.
I was trying to find that thing that we were talking about earlier, but I guess maybe it's not an actual TV show. Oh well. The thing where he plays like all his family, maybe that was just for that bit. I thought
Yeah,
I think
that's a Kid's Choice Award bit, I think.
Fair.
He may do that at the awards. We'll find out.
Fair.
All right, moving on. Stay tuned for that in the upcoming Turtles. Which, yes, I'm wearing a turtle shirt because I forgot to put on a wrestling shirt, so it ties into the show. It still works.
Sure.
Ah. Victory. All right, moving on. What else we got? What else we got? Speaking of things that are cartoonish, how about that? We're going to briefly check in here with the ongoing saga of Cesaro's war against beach balls.
Okay.
Cesaro spoke with the City Pages on to promote Friday's Raw live event at the Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota there.
Mm-hmm.
And he was asked about the beach ball situation. And he said that, excuse my language, but fudge beach balls. Seriously, that's absolutely disrespectful. We were wrestling for the Tag Team Championships, and you want to play with a beach ball? Get the hell out of here. Go. Leave the arena and don't come back. I think every person that brings a beach ball into a WWE arena should get ejected for life.
Wow, someone's pissed over an inflatable object.
What's the disrespect of we're busting our asses putting on a championship match for you, and you're playing with a fucking beach ball? You paid money to be here, assholes. Enjoy the fucking show. I kind of understand where he's coming from. What else we got? What else we got? Let's see here. What else can we throw out here? Which one do I want to end with? Well, we all know about the situation with Cesaro's teeth, so let's segue that over into the injury report.
His teeth are fine now. He's got the teeth things in, and
I know. I'm just using it to segue because that's the best I have.
Oh, speaking of Cesaro.
Yeah.
I will mention this since I don't think you watch it anymore, neither do I really, but I actually saw this. And that's Up, Up, Down, Down.
Ah, was he on there?
He was, because one of the most recent videos, Xavier Woods got WWE got a bunch of shit in, but through Xavier Woods, because it's through Up, Up, Down, Down from, I can't remember what the name of the company is, but they make like carrying cases for the Switch.
Okay.
And they send a bunch of them to Up, Up, Down, Down, customized for WWE superstars for certain ones. So he did a video of him going around giving these big ass packages to people like AJ Styles and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically it's a carrying case / like charger. So you take the Switch off the base and stick it in there, and then you can charge it.
Nice.
It's like a plastic thing. So on the side of it, like for AJ Styles, it had the P1 on the side, his logo and shit like that.
Nice.
You know, for Xavier's, of course, it had the Up, Up, Down, Down logo, which was cool.
Of course.
And they said things like thank you and blah, blah, blah. And Cesaro got the distinction of doing the outro for the episode.
Okay.
You know, and he's like, yo, this is awesome. I'm going to be playing it. You know, thank you so much, blah, blah, blah. You know, he's like, keep it tight. And he goes, oh, and by the way, because I forgot about this, you know, so-and-so company, they don't just set the bar. They are the bar. And he did the hand thing, too. And that was the outro for the episode.
Nice. I approve.
I was like, Cesaro wins the outro. That was great.
All right. So let's look at the assortment of injuries going on this week. First of all, I can't remember if we brought this up last week or not, but I'm going to mention it here anyway. Rey Mysterio tore his left bicep, supposedly.
Yeah, not as bad as they thought.
No, not as bad as they thought.
He'll be back in a couple weeks.
Yeah, but still, that's very annoying.
Yeah.
So hopefully he's okay. As is noted, he has been in reporting negotiations to come back to the WWE.
Yeah, supposedly negotiations have not been hit by this because he's only going to be out a few weeks. Right. And also, supposedly that also means he is actually going to make his scheduled match in Japan.
Yeah, it's apparently a partial tear rather than a complete tear, so he can work through it and it won't require the surgery, at least not right away. So that's a good thing.
Yep. And he has a couple weeks to train it out and just let it heal. So
yeah, that's good.
So he'll be fine.
And this is kind of the reason why Ray wants to negotiate a part-time schedule.
Yeah.
What else we got? Going down to NXT, Bobby Fish suffered a knee injury at a house show.
Yes, he did. And he is fucked up.
And in Indianapolis, Indiana, he and Kyle O'Reilly were defending their NXT World Tag Team Championships against Heavy Machinery when Fish got bumped off the middle rope that he was standing on and landed on his leg wrong, grabbing his knee when he hit the ground, resulting in the referee throwing up the X.
Mm-hmm.
And so the doctors helped him out of the arena area. And Adam Cole immediately distracted Otis Dozovic, and O'Reilly rolled him up for the pin to end the match.
Yep, and the reports are that Adam Cole is going to take Fish's place as the tag team champion.
I could see that.
Yeah. Which, if he does that, yeah. NXT tag team division on lock.
Uh-huh.
Because no one's going to beat Adam Cole. Sorry, not happening.
I don't know. All right, let's see here. Bobby Fish is set to undergo surgery this week in Birmingham.
Yep.
I was unclear how long he would be out of action, but he was on crutches at the NXT tapings. Meanwhile, Drew McIntyre, who's been sidelined since War Games due to an arm injury and surgery, is close to returning.
Mm-hmm. Well, the report for Bobby Fish is, I can't remember what the actual injury was, but because they did say what it was, and they say usually for that injury, that means he's going to be out like 6 to 8 months.
Gotcha. So in that case, it was probably a tear of some kind.
Yeah. So he's probably going to be out for a while. Hence, why the reports are that Adam Cole is just going to be joining their brethren as the tag team champion, because Fish ain't coming back for a while.
Makes sense. Yeah, so Drew McIntyre has already been at the Performance Center and was slated to begin to be returning in the April timeframe, so we should see him back soon. So that's
chosen.
Uh-oh.
And now you're gone, and now you're back.
Oh, there you are. What happened?
Oh, you froze, and then you left it, then you came back, and then you left, and then you came back.
No, you did that.
Not on my side.
Well, it was on my side.
Somebody
Anyway.
did, but now I'm working, so I got video now, so now I can score along with you.
So we all got fucked up.
Okay, then.
Well,
Google Hangouts, everybody.
Yeah, Google Hangouts have been fucked up for me since the beginning, so what are you going to do?
So going on, according to Dave Meltzer, Bobby Fish underwent surgery to repair minor tears in both his ACL and MCL.
Oh, both?
But they were only minor tears. He'll be out of action for around 6 months, and there will be a storyline to explain the situation with the tag team titles. The diagnosis for Mysterio is that he had a grade 1 tear of his left bicep. No timetable for a return to in-ring action, but the injury is not deemed serious, and as noted before, not expected to impact the negotiation with WWE.
Yeah, generally for those injuries, it's like 2-week rehab, and he's good.
Yeah.
Something like that, 2-3 weeks. And it's Rey Mysterio. He's probably going to come back pretty quick if it's that minor of an injury.
Probably. I would not be surprised. All right, what else we got here? Let's see.
Basically, he can just stop punching people for a while and just do a lot of 619s, and he should be good.
Yeah, except for the part where he needs that arm to support himself while swinging through the ropes.
Depends on which arm.
He kind of needs both, dude. He puts one on the top rope and one on the middle rope. Watch the move sometime.
That's true. Well, he could do like Hurricane Ranas and shit then, and just stop doing
Yes,
619.
he could probably do some of that shit, supposedly. But then he's still got to catch himself with his hands on the way down. That's the problem. Being a cruiserweight is not all legs.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. What else we got here? I don't have a segue. I'm just going to do the rest of this. Let's move on. So, Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks announced the location of their all-in show,
Mm-hmm.
in which, and that's going to be at the Sears Center Arena in Hoffman Estates, Illinois, and it will be on September 1st. The arena seats up to 11,800 fans, dependent on configurations for the event taking place.
Mm.
Confirmed to be appearing are Cody, the Young Bucks, Marty Scurll, Hangman Page, Stephen Amell of the TV show Arrow, Kenny Omega, and Tessa Blanchard.
Mm.
So we will see if they manage to sell out that arena.
Mm-hmm.
With a tease, but they don't know if he's serious or not of CM Punk.
Yes,
Because he did tease that like a week or so ago.
he did. Whether that is true remains to be seen.
And chances are probably Chris Jericho.
Wouldn't put it past him.
Why the fuck not?
Yeah.
Like, I could see Kenny Omega, since he's now embroiled in a feud with the Bullet Club, I could see him pulling out Jericho as a mystery tag team partner to fight the Bullet Club.
I can see it.
And then Cody shits his pants.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Anyway, this is worth noting. Speaking of pay-per-view type events, it was worth noting that it was mentioned earlier in the week by the official website of the Allstate Arena,
Mm-hmm.
which is, of course, located over there in Illinois, in Rosemont, Illinois. That the Money in the Bank pay-per-view will be happening in June of this year, and that due to the now cross-branded nature of the event will feature 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches, one men's, one women's, and that superstars from both brands will be competing in these matches, and it seems like they will be likely 8-person matches. Names advertised in the arena posting include Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Braun Strowman, WWE Champion AJ Styles, Randy Orton, United States Champion Bobby Roode, Shinsuke Nakamura, Sasha Banks, Bayley, Mickie James, Nia Jax, Natalya, Lana, Naomi, and Becky Lynch, plus many more live.
Did they actually advertise him as WWE Champion AJ Styles?
That is what it says.
Doesn't that kind of spoil WrestleMania?
I'm more interested in the fact that they didn't advertise Universal Champion Roman Reigns.
They didn't advertise the Universal Champion at all.
Right, which is my point. Roman Reigns is there, but they didn't identify him as a Universal Champion Roman Reigns.
There is that, yes.
I'm wondering if he's going to lose to
Spoiler
Brock.
alert, he won it.
I'm wondering if he's going to lose to Brock. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it was just to prevent the spoiler for that one, but they didn't care about the other ones because it was just existing champions and they were making an assumption.
Which is hilarious because the Roman Reigns match is the one match that, who cares about spoilers? We know who's winning that match.
Yeah, it seems like they might have set this up in such a way where they listed the current champions as current champions, and basically as everything stands now to prevent spoilers. So I can see that. In addition to that, that'll be on Sunday, June 17th, Money in the Bank. And Triple H also announced an NXT TakeOver Chicago special for June 16th in the same venue.
Okay, then.
So there you go.
Chicago.
Hashtag CM Punk.
Hashtag all in.
That too.
Hashtag.
Is there a hashtag?
Probably. I wouldn't be shocked because that was one of the first ones that was put out there. It exists. I don't doubt it. In the meantime, let's talk about the MMC this week. It was Team Little Big, a.k.a. Braun Strowman and Alexa Bliss, taking on the team of Jimmy Uso and his wife, Naomi. There was some pre-tape promos. they did a shtick where Naomi was standing a little bit in front of Jimmy and talked about how her husband was not afraid of Braun Strowman, while Jimmy's facial expressions were telling a completely different story until she turned around and looked at him. In the ring, the women exchanged some shoves. Bliss tried to charge at Naomi twice, but both times Braun grabbed her and picked her up with one arm and put her aside, which made for a great visual. Strowman started the match and dominated Jimmy Uso. Bliss told Strowman to end it. He scooped up Uso for a power slam, but he slipped away and tagged his wife in, which brought Bliss in as well. She slapped Naomi, and Strowman yelled, "She just slapped the taste out of your mouth." Later, Alexa got knocked off the apron onto Strowman at ringside. He wasn't happy about it, but Jimmy started mocking him, and that led to Strowman chasing him and throwing him into the barricade. Michael Cole made a big fuss about Strowman chasing Uso down. Bliss was in control until she got caught up jawing at Uso, and then Naomi took control back. Strowman knocked Uso off the apron and cleared the broadcast table, and then power slammed Jimmy Uso through it. And while Naomi was distracted by her husband getting power slammed through a table, Alexa rolled her up from behind with a fistful of tights.
Hey.
So Team Little Big moving on.
Also, speaking of Braun Strowman, I have to say, I saw a recent interview with him. I fucking love the guy now. He is so awesome.
Oh, he is awesome. That is well known.
They need to make him a super baby face. Like he's basically a baby face at this point, but they need to make him a super baby face. They need to give him a mic because holy crap, the dude can talk. Wow. He is amazing. And he's so likable when you actually hear him talk and hear like how he feels about the business. Because he just came right out and said, look, I'm not in this, for the fame. I'm not in this for the money. A lot of people come in this thinking, oh, we're going to, I'm going to come in and be this big ass superstar and be uber famous. And he's like, that's just pure bullshit. If you're coming in thinking that, then you're in this for the wrong reasons and you're not going to get anywhere. He's like, look, I'm just a simple country boy coming in wanting to entertain people. That's my job. That's what I want to do. And if I do that, I'm cool. And the fact that it's in the WWE, that's a dream. And I'm like, dude, this guy's fucking amazing. Holy crap.
There you go. It's true. It's damn true.
He's so nice, too. He's such a nice dude.
Good. Moving on. Worth noting that next week we are going to see the team of Rusev and Lana taking on the team of Charlotte and Bobby Roode in the final quarterfinal match. And, of course, in the finals thereafter, we will be seeing Team Little Big taking on the team of Asuka and The Miz. And we will be seeing the winner of next week's match taking on the returning voted-in second chance winner who has already been eliminated from the contest. So we'll see who that ends up being.
Fair.
Indeed. And lastly, but not leastly at all, let's talk about belts.
Let's.
All right, let's see here. Where we got this?
More belts coming.
Indeed. So, at the NXT tapings in Full Sail University on the night of the 7th, that was Wednesday night, General Manager William Regal announced that NXT was now going to have a new championship.
Singles championship.
Correct. A new singles championship.
I assume mid-tier.
Correct. And that is the NXT North American Championship.
Okay.
That is the belt. And he also added that the first ever holder of this title will be crowned during WrestleMania weekend at NXT TakeOver in New Orleans.
Okay.
Said announcement prompted the appearance of EC3, who commented it was very nice of Regal to create a title just for him.
Yeah.
He then revealed that EC3 will contest for the championship in a ladder match against 5 other men, to include Lars Sullivan, the Velveteen Dream, Killian Dane, Adam Cole, and Ricochet.
Well, that might change given Bobby Fish's injury.
Yeah,
Adam
that-
Cole
that-
may
that-
no longer
that-
be in that match.
Yeah, that may drop down to a 5-way instead of a 6-way,
Or they'll just replace him with someone else.
or that.
They have people on the roster. So basically, it's a Money in the Bank match with a title.
McIntyre.
They could since he's coming back.
McIntyre.
But I don't know. If he comes back, they might want to put him back in the main event picture.
It's possible.
Especially since they're going to have to take Adam Cole away from both pictures to put him in the tag division.
Right.
Potentially.
It's true. We'll see.
Yeah.
Speaking of new championships,
Like I could see them putting like Eric Young in that match.
I could see that. Speaking of championships,
Yeah.
reports have been coming out, and these seem fairly accurate reports based on goings-on,
Yeah.
that there will be a forthcoming set of cruiserweight tag team titles added to 205 Live.
Could that mean that when what's his face Singh gets healthy, that the Singh brothers are going to be shipped back to 205 Live?
That would not surprise me. That's going to depend on how much they give a shit about Jinder Mahal at that point.
All right. Because if you think about it, technically, they are the only legitimate tag team in the cruiserweight division at the current time.
Hold that thought till the end of the recap.
Uh-oh.
This will give the Cruiserweight division its second championship after the currently vacant Cruiserweight title, which will see a winner crowned at WrestleMania. It'll also give WWE its third set of tag titles, with both Raw and SmackDown having one, not counting NXT.
They need
The exact time frame of when these belts is going to be launched is unknown. Other than that, it'll be after WrestleMania. So don't expect to see those belts till after WrestleMania, but they are planting the seeds for how this is going to play out.
Okay.
And I actually have to show you here, purportedly.
Also, given the robustness of the women's division, they need women's tag titles. Because the division's becoming really fucking stagnant with only one title to go after and that many women going after that one title.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
I know, but they need to do it.
Well, no, it's not going to happen because, remember, cross-branded pay-per-views, they don't have enough time pay-per-views for the belts they have.
Oh, maybe they should de-cross brand them again.
No, because if you do that, then they're going to have to fire half the roster because there won't be time for all the people to appear. That was why they did the brand split in the first place, so more people would have time to appear on TV and get over.
Yeah, and making the pay-per-views cross-branded means you're going back into the exact same problem you had to begin with, which is you're not going to have enough time for everybody who needs to have TV time, which is what I pointed out when they announced they were doing this. I was like, that's a bad idea because you're going to lose TV time for a lot of people.
Well, no, there's still plenty of TV time.
Well, pay-per-view time, but...
Yeah, the pay-per-view time is what they're losing. If they agree that, okay, everybody's just not going to be on every pay-per-view, and if they try to push up the mid-card titles and maybe the tags a little bit as being more, basically build up a mid-card feud and have the mid-card feud culminate with a title match on the Raw or SmackDown before the pay-per-view.
Yeah, but you're also still fucking with people's livelihoods because don't forget, WWE superstars make more money if they are on the pay-per-view card than they're on a regular card. Now, less people are going to be able to get on a pay-per-view card. People are going to get pissed.
Except that's not how it works anymore.
You sure about that?
Yes, they get a little bit more, but remember, them getting more was based on pay-per-view buys. Everybody's watching on the network now, at least in this country and most of the Western world. Which means there aren't pay-per-view buys anymore. Which means, as has already been reported, the paychecks they get as bonuses for pay-per-views have dwindled very much. So they're not losing nearly as much money as you think.
Fair. I still think it's a bad idea, but I guess time will tell.
Time will tell. Because that's what time does. Now,
I will tell you this, if the reports of the lengths of pay-per-views going up is true, I'm probably going to start watching less and less pay-per-views. Not that I watch a whole lot now, but I do go back and rewatch them. Like, I went back and actually watched Elimination Chamber and stuff. I will probably stop watching them because it's going to be too goddamn long.
Yeah. Let's just check before to recap it. Anyway. It's worth noting that a source on Twitter's, specifically at BeltFanDan,
Okay.
posted this image is up, and that says that a few legit sources are confirming this image has been floating around Facebook. So see what you think of this guy here.
Cruiserweight.
That is the Cruiserweight Tag Team title, purported Cruiserweight Tag title design.
That's a pretty nice design, actually.
Now, the question being exactly what color strap it's going to end up on.
Purple.
That's what I'm
Cruiserweight belt's
theorizing.
purple. Yeah. Purple is the color of the division. I'm going purple.
Unless, I was thinking, unless they choose to, it'll probably be a purple belt. It wouldn't surprise me, but we'll see. Because I get to go with a purple as part of the thing and a different color background, like they've done on some of the belts. Like the women's belts are white with the color on the interior.
Yeah, but I think they'll go purple just to match the actual Cruiserweight title.
I can see it.
But that's a nice design. I want that in the game.
That is a nice belt. I agree. I would be okay with that.
Because imagine if they had that in the game with its various parts, instead of using the Cruiserweight Championship, if you could just take the middle part that says tag team and use that as a tag team belt design, that would be awesome. I'd do it.
Yeah, right. Now, I will note here, just going through the check. Apparently, William Regal made the announcement about that North American Championship, but did not actually have the belt on hand.
They probably haven't made it yet.
I'm sure they've made it. They probably just are waiting to have a big debut for it at WrestleMania.
Reveal, yeah. Well, yeah, it'll have to be at WrestleMania if it's a ladder match, because it's going to have to be hanging above the ladder, so it has to be.
Right, so they'll debut it at WrestleMania for that purpose, I'm sure.
Yeah. But you were mentioning Cruiserweight tag teams.
We're going to get to that at the end of the recap. Hold
Fair.
tight. We'll get there.
Oh, at the end of the full recap?
As in when we get to the 205 Live recap.
So they've already started parsing the division up. Fair enough.
You'll see. We'll get there. All right. Let's get... That is all the news that's fit to report.
Are they going to put Tozawa and Kenta together?
You're a mind reader, aren't you?
No, I just kind of know how racist WWE thinks.
Yeah.
Like, they're Japanese. Let's put them together.
Yeah. We'll get there. In the meantime, let's go ahead and fire up the documentation and see where we stand. Tiff, were you able to correct last week's discrepancies? Tiff? Tiffles McGee? No? Okay.
Hey, Jim, with this new Cruiserweight tag division, that means we're going to have to rearrange all the Cruiserweights on our rosters, aren't we?
Yeah. Well, we'll deal with that post-WrestleMania for next season, though, because they're not debuting the belts until after Mania, so.
Right.
We'll deal with that when the time comes.
We're going to have a lot of restructuring on the rosters to do before we do the drafts.
Yep.
This
all right.
will be interesting.
Indeed. It'll be fun to see. All right. So here we go. Let's fire up the old screen. I mean, that's not the page I wanted open, actually. How about we go over here first? That would help.
You fail. You get nothing. Good day, sir.
Fail. I do fail. I get nothing. Good day, sir. Okay.
Hey, we have a Tiff back.
Anyways, by the way, for completely random note,
yeah.
You said you made that quote, by the way. Has anybody seen the full trailer for the movie Ready Player One that's coming out?
No,
I have not.
I don't think so.
Because I want to read the book first.
That's fair. Because I saw the trailer because me and Anastasia Lazenby from the other channel went and saw Wrinkle in Time earlier tonight. And they had the Ready Player One trailer before the movie, and I couldn't help but notice that the Ready Player One trailer is overlaid with a new eerily renditioned version of Pure Imagination.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, then.
That is the song in the trailer.
It's not the Tim Burton version.
It's wait, what?
Wasn't that song in his version of the movie or not?
No.
Oh, I thought they actually used it.
No, they did not. They wrote all new songs for that movie.
Okay, fair enough.
No, it's only from the Gene Wilder one.
Fair enough.
But anyway, but yeah, so they overlay with this haunting, eerie version of it that's supposed to be because the concept of Ready Player One is, of course, everybody's in virtual reality where their imaginations can create whatever they can come up with. So imagination.
Fair enough. Did you notice they updated the concept for modern video gaming?
Modern video gaming, what?
Well, because supposedly in the actual book, because the book came out like years ago, the video game character stuff they used in it were of that era, not of this era. And they updated it all for modern video gaming. Like in the movie, they actually have Tracer.
Nice.
Yeah, she's like literally. If you see the shot, because this when the first trailer came out, they had the shot of all the video game characters, and she was dead fucking center in the front. People were like, "Wait, is that Tracer?"
Just like on all the Overwatch artwork.
Pretty much, yes. And it's classic Tracer. It's the brown jacket and the orange jumpsuit.
Of course.
Because that's the poster.
Yeah.
So apparently the movie makers decided we're going to tell the story of Ready Player One, but we're updating everything for modern video games because this shit's kind of dated.
Well, that makes sense. That happens with a lot of things. That's like when they started re-releasing Animorphs, they updated some of the references in it for modern day. But
fair. Yeah, I need to get around to reading that book. I have it sitting around here.
I should read it too. Anyway, current scores.
Yeah.
Currently in the lead at 54-17 is the Blissful Ride of Justice. In second place is the Valor Club Worldwide at 51-64. And way down in third place is me at 40-32. Because my team is cannibalized.
Yes, it has. Kind of not your fault.
No. Top of the scoreboard, Cedric Alexander. Still in the Cruiserweight Championship Tournament and still holding his place at the top of the leaderboards. I'm at this point, even though I don't care because I don't think I have anybody in the tournament at this point anyway. I hope Cedric Alexander wins just because with the season he's been having, capping it with a Cruiserweight title win at WrestleMania would just be the icing on the cake.
I could see that, but I could also see with the unveiling of the tag division, I could see them putting him with who the hell has he been running with for like the last couple months?
That would be Mustafa Ali.
Yeah, I could see them becoming a tag team.
No, anything's possible.
But yeah, I think right now Cedric is the front runner for the Cruiserweight Championship because really, who else do they have in the division right now that's like that caliber and that they're pushing that hard?
Thus far, Buddy Murphy.
Yeah, but Alexander's been there longer.
He has, but they were pushing him a lot, and they were really pushing that other guy, that Roderick Strong guy was just annihilating people.
I can see either one of them doing it because they're coming in, because Alexander has won it once already, hasn't he?
No, Cedric has never held the belt.
He's never held the belt? Okay, then he's probably going to win, because he's been there longer, therefore he deserves it more, in my opinion.
I would agree, because so far the number of guys who have held that belt is very minimal. It was what? TJP, McIntyre, Rich Swann.
McIntyre never held the Cruiserweight title.
Not McIntyre, the other guy, Kendrick. Sorry.
Yes.
TJP, Kendrick, Rich Swann, the King of the Cruiserweights, Neville, and Loudmouth McRapey Fate.
Oh, Enzo.
So I think those are the 5 dudes that have held that belt since it was introduced.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's actually been 8 people. TJ Perkins was the first one.
Yep.
Brian Kendrick.
Yep.
He who doesn't have a job anymore, Rich Swann.
Yep.
Neville.
Yep.
He who's now in a tag team, Akira Tozawa.
Oh, yeah, he held it for like a week, didn't he? I forgot about that.
He who's being investigated for rape.
Yep.
And Kalisto.
You're right, Kalisto. Okay, I forgot about Kalisto. Fair enough. You're right. That's 7. Okay.
So I guess you're right. Cedric never has held the belt. So yeah, he needs to get the belt. I mean,
He
he's so
deserves
fucking
it. I want to
over,
see. Yeah, he needs to win at WrestleMania. I agree. Let's get Cedric a cruiserweight championship run. Let's build this division on him. He can do
I
it.
agree.
All right. Moving along. Coming in at second is Seth freaking Rollins. Burn it down at 446. Roman Reigns, big dog, coming in at 436. Because his role between now and WrestleMania amounts to show up, cut a promo, leave. Finn Balor coming in at 395, just 2 points ahead of the Monster Among Men, Braun Strowman at 393. AJ Styles, a WWE champion, coming in at 374, followed by the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, at 345. Sheamus, one half of the Raw Tag Champs, coming in at 343, followed by his tag team partner, the other half of the champs, Cesaro, at 336. And rounding out the top 10 is the United States champion, the glorious Bobby Roode, at 321.
Yeah. I would also say, to defend Roman a little bit, it's hard for him to do anything else when his opponent refuses to show the fuck up, and everyone else is busy with their own shit.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he couldn't have a match against somebody just for this, just to get him in the ring. Doesn't have to, just have him squash somebody. It doesn't have to be.
Because everyone else is busy.
They're busy. Doesn't mean they can't. Yeah, that doesn't mean they can't have a match against him. Just because they're busy doesn't mean they can't interfere for the sake of, being involved in something.
I suppose.
Have him, put him in a match against Bray Wyatt and have, crazy Matt Hardy interfere. Do some shit like that. Which, for the record, by the way, he explained in an interview, he was broken. His brokenness was subdued due to the ovation at WrestleMania that temporarily cured his condition. Then that condition was reawoken, hence why he is woken and not broken.
For now.
No, he said that's why he's woken and not broken. Because his condition is reawoken. So that's why it's the same thing, but it's woken now because it was reawoken. So he's woken, Matt Hardy. He's not going to go full broken. I mean, he'll go full broken, but under the woken name. They won't call him broken.
No, he'll just use the word every other fucking sentence.
Exactly.
Fair.
Yeah, but you gotta have him do that. I mean, have Roman, put Roman in a match against like, have a match against Elias or something.
Yeah, but Elias is fucking Strowman's holding pattern until Roman Reigns is deemed either a druggie or not.
Which is fine, but all they have to do is just have him have a match against Elias and have Braun Strowman come out and just kind of look intimidating or whatever, and just have Roman win the match and have Braun come out, Roman be like, "You want?" Yeah, all right. Then have just Roman hit Elias with some power slams after the match or something. You've clearly never played GM mode. Because the point is, you can keep a few.
I need to interrupt.
Yeah.
Bye, Tiff.
Bye.
Oh, bye, Tiff.
Sorry, guys.
That's okay.
I really have to work early. I have to go in earlier than normal, so.
Well, it's like, come on, it's like freezing with an impending snowstorm. Who's coming to buy ice cream?
You'd be surprised how many people seem to come in the morning and buy ice cream.
Is yours in a mall?
Yes.
That would be why people will skate to the goddamn mall.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, it's in the mall. I mean, unless they decide to take the buses off the road, the mall's not going to close.
Besides, you're in North Julius. You don't sell only ice cream.
I sell food too.
Yes.
Well, yeah, it's a Dairy Queen mart. They have a lot of food too. That is true.
I mean, we're not a full-fledged one, but
well, close enough.
We have some food that we can sell.
Fair. Anyway, you have a good evening and a good day at work.
Okay.
See you later, Tiff.
Thank you. See ya. And I'll probably be back later listening to this and picking out your mistakes. So.
Yep, of course. And as a reminder, of course, Thursday night we will be recapping tomorrow's Fastlane pay-per-view.
Okay.
Peace.
All right. See you guys later.
And now we can't see her.
Exactly.
All right.
Anyway, so we're back on this. Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, so there we go. But like I was saying, my train of thought is completely gone now. Oh, yeah, but they can have, like I said, it's like he's doing a GMO. They can have him have a match against a random dude that intersects another feud for the sake of having a match. Or hell,
They should have had him interrupt John Cena.
Yeah, that would have been effective. Or you know, I mean, if you want to have a match, you know, if you want to, I mean, if you want to do something, I mean, you know, do it this way. Have him, you know, if you want to do one, you know, if you want to, you know. Nothing necessarily needed from the previous week, but have him team up with Seth and Finn to take on Miz and the Miztourage in a 6-man tag match or something.
Yeah, but then that would also mean you're establishing that the Miztourage is a threat.
That is also true.
I mean, are they that much of a threat that you need to call in the big dog? Come on, let's be honest here.
All right. But still, you can find something to do with Roman. You can find somebody for him to have a match with. Even hell, if you want to build Roman up going into WrestleMania, you know, if nothing else, have Roman come out and squash some local talent.
Yeah.
That would keep him in the ring, keep him active, and it would get him over as being this, you know, this powerhouse that could go one-on-one with Brock Lesnar. You know, have him end every match by getting on a mic and being like, yeah, I come here to, I asked to have these, these matches because I come here to wrestle each and every week, and I want to compete. You know, I'm not Brock Lesnar who's just going to show up and talk and do nothing. I want to come here and compete, and that way he can, kind of get himself over in that manner, and he can use this position to talk about, I can compete. I'll beat whoever I need to beat and do what I need to do, just like I beat Braun Strowman after he beat 5 other men in the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
He could talk himself up post matches. It would work really well. Not that the pros haven't been good, but anyway, let's throw these guys in order and see what happened this week. 2 recaps.
He could come out and squash Kurt Hawkins.
He could squash Kurt Hawkins. That would be perfect. Kurt Hawkins isn't doing anything. Let him do that for a while.
That'd be a great story. Kurt Hawkins is trying to make a name for himself by having his first win be against the big dog, and Roman Reigns is like, yeah, whatever.
You could make that a recurring stick. How about come out each and every week saying this is the week he's going to beat Roman Reigns and prove he belongs in WrestleMania, and just have him lose like 5 weeks in a row?
That'd be hilarious.
Then have him show up at the WrestleMania match and have Brock F5 him through a table.
There you go.
That's a great use of something like him. Anyway, this week's edition of Monday Night Raw came from the BMO Harris Bradley Center in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Hashtag cheese, I guess.
Really? Is that really? They use that?
No. I'm just saying it's Wisconsin. Cheese is like their thing.
If it's Wisconsin, wouldn't it be hashtag cheesehead?
That works.
Not to be confused with head cheese. That's something completely different.
Yes. Also not to be confused with what everybody wants, because that's just head.
Everyone except Al Snow.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious that the guy who created it doesn't want anything to do with it.
Well, that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we open up with the usual commentary team, and we are opening up the program with the Raw General Manager, Kurt Angle.
You suck. You suck.
Pretty much. So Kurt Angle comes out and proceeds to cut a promo talking about Triple H sucker punching him last week.
Not wearing a white shirt. He's just wearing a kind of t-shirt type thing with a sport jacket.
He is.
Which, coming out like that, shit's about to go down.
Yeah.
Because he's not dressed to be general manager. He's dressed to beat someone's face in.
Yep. So he proceeds to call Triple H out so he can do that. But Stephanie comes out instead and tells Mom, Triple H isn't here yet, so cool your damn jets. I remind you that your Hall of Fame accolades and your Olympic gold medals aren't paying your bills. Being the Raw General Manager is. So I suggest you shut your mouth and do your damn job and make matches. And she also blames him for ruining the Ronda Rousey contract signing. This brings out Ronda Rousey to interrupt. She jumps in the ring, hugs Kurt. Stephanie offers her hand, but Rousey just does not take it. And she says that what Stephanie did to Angle last week was enlightening for her, and that WWE has. And Stephanie says WWE has done a lot for Rousey, including booking her in-ring debut at WrestleMania. And Rousey points out that her contract lets her pick the opponent, so she picks Stephanie. Stephanie says she's not a member of the roster, but then Triple H's music hits.
Actually, it's kind of funny. She's like, my contract will allow me to pick my own opponent. And Steph's like, absolutely. And before she can pick the opponent, she's like, hold on. Can we get a drum roll, please? Because Ronda Rousey is going to choose her opponent at WrestleMania. But before she can even finish, Rousey just turns and goes, you. And Steph goes, wait, what?
Yep.
Like, you can't do that. It's time to play the game. Or no, I guess it's Triple H's authority music, so it'd be Behold the King, the King of
Kings. Bow down to the king.
He gets in the ring, and I love when he goes, wait a minute, I thought you weren't supposed to be here yet. And Triple H, being Triple H, has the bar none best response I've ever heard. Just turns around to him and goes, spoiler alert, I'm here. And I'm just like, damn. That's why he's Triple H.
Pretty much. So anyway,
take notes, all you rookies in the back. That's how you cut a promo.
Yeah, basically. So Triple H gets on a mic saying that match is not going to happen. It tells Angle to forget his gold medals and stop being a tough guy and start doing his job. Angle then proceeds to calls out that Stephanie said that he wasn't here, and adds that Stephanie does in fact have a contract as a competing superstar. And he says that he makes the matches around here per Stephanie's earlier acclamation, and he says that Rousey vs. Stephanie is on.
I love what he says to Steph too, because Steph is like, because Triple H makes the point that Steph is the commissioner and she has the administrative contract as a commissioner, and Angle goes, you know what, Hunter, you're absolutely right. Stephanie McMahon does in fact have the authority contract, the administrative contract, whatever it is, as a commissioner. And Steph's like, thank you, Kurt. He goes, but Stephanie also has a second contract, and the crowd's like, ooh. And he goes, and that second contract is as a WWE superstar. And Steph's jaw just hits the floor. And she's like, what? And he goes, and as you pointed out, Steph, my job is to make the matches. You told me to make the matches, so I'm going to make a match. And it's going to be Ronda Rousey versus Stephanie McMahon at WrestleMania. And they're like, you can't do that. It's like, hey, you said that was my job. And he goes, but that's not all, because I told you last week, Triple H, or not last week, I told you at, when did he assault, what pay-per-view was that? Survivor Series, I think it was, that if you ever attack me again, I'm going to come after you. So, you know what? It's going to be Triple H and Stephanie McMahon versus Ronda Rousey and me. Which, of course, everyone expected, but everyone at the arena cheered anyway. And then Triple H tried to sucker punch Angle, but, of course, Angle, coming dressed to fight, blocked the punch, and proceeded to whoop Triple H's ass around the ring. And then locked him in an angle lock for good measure. And Ronda Rousey was standing there watching. Stephanie McMahon slides in behind her, spins her around, or not spins her around, slides in the ring, and I think like haymakers her across the back. And Rousey gets up and turns around, like, tell me you didn't just do that.
Yeah, so Stephanie runs away while Triple H tries to attack Kurt again, but Kurt locks Triple H in an ankle lock. Which, I'm going to be honest, Kurt's ankle lock did not look very good.
The first ankle lock was okay. The application of the ankle lock looked fine. What was a little sloppy was Kurt's counter out of the pedigree.
Yeah.
But the ankle lock was fine because he grabbed it and then he dropped back into the classic, like...
yeah, he dropped back into the leg lock part, yeah.
Yeah.
And that worked.
The Shamrock ankle lock.
Yeah, and then...
my favorite one.
And then Stephanie managed to pull Triple H out of the move and out of the ring so that they could retreat.
Which didn't happen. Because Rousey then was like, you're not getting away that easily. And proceeds to walk across the ring, reach over the top rope, and grab Stephanie by the hair and yank her back into the ring via hair.
Yeah. And then
And
the
then-
Authority retreats.
No. And then Rousey looks down at her and stuff is like, no, don't attack me, blah, 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 trying to get out of it, waving her hands like this. And Rousey, with her fucking UFC face on, is like, yeah, that's not happening. Grabs Steph by the arm, drags her to her feet by the arm, puts her up on her shoulders, and proceeds to deliver a jumping Samoan drop.
Okay.
So, no, they did not get to retreat. Stephanie got to be dead in the middle of the ring. At which point it's like, okay, that was a pretty crisp Samoan drop. That was impressive. And then the big question on everybody's mind after that came because of this, I hope that's not going to be Ronda Rousey's finishing move.
Yeah.
That's kind of lame for a finishing move for her. It's not as impressive as Umaga doing it. You know what I mean? But that was still mightily impressive. And I look forward to seeing what her moveset is going to be. I look forward to her ring attire. Because we don't know what her ring attire is yet. Because she just came out in, t-shirt and jacket. They apparently had a jacket made for her modeled after Piper's jacket.
They did.
It looked good.
It did. All right. So that's let's see here. That's promo and assault to everybody involved in this segment.
Yes.
So let's see. That's Kurt Angle. And Kurt Angle's also going to get 2 ankle lock points.
And a counter.
And a counter out of a pedigree. So let's see here. That's 5 for promo. 4 for an assault is 9. The counter out of the pedigree is 12. And 2 ankle lock points is 14 points to Kurt Angle. Okay. And then let's see. Triple H escaped the first. Technically, Stephanie has pulled him out of the second one, so that doesn't count as an escape. But the first ankle lock he did escape out of, so Triple H will get the aforementioned 9 plus the escape, which will put him at 12.
Yep.
What's him at 23? If I scroll down here, Stephanie will get the 9. That's her at 20. And Ronda Rousey will get also the 9. Which is 6, 33.
You're not going to give her 1 for the Samoan drop?
We don't know if it's a finisher.
Or signature. My guess is it's going to be a signature since they debuted her with it, but I don't know.
We'll see. Anyway. So the referees escort the Authority out of the arena area.
Mm-hmm.
And we then have a one-on-one match between the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, and Nia Jax.
Also, apparently, Ronda is done with her shooting and stuff, because apparently she's going to be on every Raw from now until WrestleMania.
Cool.
So, expect to see more of her and more of her beating someone's ass without it being an actual match, because obviously her debut match, as stated by Steph, is going to be at WrestleMania.
Indeed.
And if they don't do that, if they debut her earlier than that, then fuck WWE, because come on.
Yeah. Fair enough. Anyway.
Also, am I the only one who wants to see them turn Absolution into a face faction and have Ronda Rousey take over as the leader?
That would be interesting. I could see it.
Or have Sonya Deville turn on Mandy Rose to do a face turn thing and have her ally with Ronda Rousey and then call up Shayna Baszler.
That works too.
And just form a UFC faction. That'd be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, continue.
Indeed. So. So Asuka took on Nia Jax, and Asuka won that match via submission. Specifically, after some back and forth, she managed to lock in her patented armbar onto Nia Jax, and despite Nia powering up and slamming Asuka on the mat repeatedly, Asuka would not let go, and Nia was eventually forced to tap out.
Armbar.
Basically.
And somewhere on Fozzy Tour, Chris Jericho is proud.
Indeed. Armbar.
He invented that.
Kind of. He didn't let the 1004 holds, though. I'm actually finally going back and reading his first book, Alliance Tale, and he actually mentions where he got that 1004 holds bit.
Okay.
Which was when he was growing up. At one point, he was watching AWA, which is what he watched in Canada when he was growing up. And he mentioned that there was he watched it on TV, and I can't remember who it was that he mentioned was being managed. But there was a man on the local AWA that he watched who proclaimed to be the man of 1,000 holds. And there was a point where the aforementioned superstar's manager was doing an interview on his behalf and referred to him as the man of 1,002 holds. And I think Mean Gene Okerlund was actually doing the interview because this was in the pre-WWE ruling everything days. And he called it and says, "Wait a minute, dude." He called him and said, "Well, wait a minute, your client is known as the man of 1,000 holds, but you call him the man of 1,002 holds." And Jurgensen just remembers the manager looking at just deadpanned. He learned 2 more.
Yeah.
And that bit always stuck with Jericho to the point that he ripped it off in WCW years later.
Fair.
So. Anyway. So Asuka wins this match. So we'll start off with Nia Jax.
Nobody is ready for Asuka.
No, they are not. Oh, excuse me. I suspect we might get to the point where Ronda Rousey might have to be ready for Asuka.
Well, like I said a week or two ago, the rumor was that Ronda Rousey was going to be the one to defeat the streak.
Yeah, and I get the feeling that might be for the title because I feel like Asuka might win the title off of Charlotte at WrestleMania.
Whoever she goes after. She still hasn't said who she's going after yet.
Well, yeah, because that'll be after tomorrow's pay-per-view, so this coming week expect her to announce.
Right.
Nia Jax is going to get 5 points for being in a match, and 3 moves is 8 points to Nia Jax.
So you think after WrestleMania, Ronda is going to say, fuck the Raw contract, I'm going to SmackDown?
No.
Well, Charlotte ain't coming to Raw because Charlotte's the champ.
Like I said, I don't think Charlotte's going to win. I think Asuka will end up going to SmackDown for that title, and I think they might. I don't think they'll do the Rousey match against Asuka immediately. I think they'll build to it, maybe do it at SummerSlam.
But the Royal Rumble is a WrestleMania main event.
Yeah, what's your point?
Oh, you're talking about the Rousey match. Fair enough.
Yeah. Like I said, yeah, I think after tomorrow's Fastlane pay-per-view, I think Asuka's going to come out and announce she's challenging Charlotte. Whether that means a full jump to SmackDown or not, I don't know. But I think that's what's going to happen.
Well, it's going to have to if she's going to become their champion.
Yeah. But if she's not yet their champion, her contract is still with Raw. Her contract only switches brands if she wins the belt.
But doesn't winning the Royal Rumble nullify the contract?
Not necessarily.
Because winning the Rumble basically makes her eligible to be on either brand because she has to challenge the champion she wants to challenge.
I guess. That might work. But anyway. I think she's going to end up announcing Charlotte after Fastlane and go in that direction. And that'll leave Alexa to take on Nia. Which after what happened on this night, I would not be sitting there doing a really good job building up the Nia versus Alexa thing. Subtly. So Asuka wins the match. She gets 20 points. Oh, it's not loading ads, you piece of crap. Excuse me. Asuka gets 20 points for winning. She gets 5 for competing, and 4 moves is 29 points to Asuka. $65 and 9 is $374. All right. After that, Alexa Bliss is seen watching on the monitor. We throw to a commercial, and we come back to the Revival versus The Bar. They are The Bar.
They don't just set the bar.
They are The Bar.
Yeah.
Yes, it is stipulated, by the way, that if the Revival should win this match, they will receive a tag team title match at WrestleMania.
Spoiler alert, they lose.
Yes, they do. Spoilers, I'm here.
Pretty much. And reports are that they're having the Bar basically squash everyone so they can debut a new tag team to take the titles off the Bar.
Really? Who would that be?
No one knows. Reportedly, WWE said a tag team that isn't a tag team yet.
Ew.
That's just what the reports say.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, so the questions are, is it two single superstars currently on the roster, or is it two single superstars they're going to call up from NXT and put them together in a tag team?
That would be the question.
Or is it a big red herring and they're going to debut War Machine directly to the main roster and have them take the titles?
That is possible too.
But yeah, that's the current reports flowing amongst the dirty sheets.
I saw a report that it might be the Hardy Boys.
Except that wouldn't work with the current. I saw that report too, but whoever made that report is missing one crucial fact.
Uh-huh.
And that is the promo that the Bar has been repeatedly cutting.
Uh-huh.
We've beaten everyone, all the tag teams on Raw. There is no competition for us here. That would include the Hardy Boys, because they took the titles from the Hardy Boys.
Well, you think there could be a little pre-WrestleMania shakeup? Maybe somebody from SmackDown coming over?
Before WrestleMania, I doubt it.
Because imagine the Bar going on about, we've beat everybody, we are the Bar. Bludgeon Brothers.
Except it's painfully obvious it's going to be Bludgeon Brothers versus the Usos at WrestleMania.
True.
You know that's what they're leading to. It's either going to be versus the Usos or the New Day if they take the titles,
Yeah.
but I don't think the New Day's going to win.
True.
So, yeah, that's not happening. Because as someone pointed out, currently on Raw, there's only a couple teams Bar haven't actually beaten on Raw, and none of them are a threat.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have Beauty and the Man Beast, which, let's be honest, despite the fact Rhino's fucking awesome, not a threat.
True.
I think at the time there was also the Revival, but they've beaten the Revival now. I can't remember who else there's, but there's like another little low tier team that is just like, yeah, not a threat.
Fair enough.
They literally have beaten pretty much every tag team on the roster that's actually a threat. So
fair enough. We'll have to wait and see who or what it will be.
Which makes me a little sad with the Revival, because it's like, really? Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see who they bring up to face the Bar. We will probably find out, I would imagine we'll start finding out this coming Monday, since it'll be officially WrestleMania season with Fastlane out of the way.
Yep.
So they're going to have to start building up to that. Now, I don't know if they're going to announce it and build it up overall, or if it's just going to be the Bar is just going to be squashing people up to WrestleMania, and they're just going to come out. And this is what they may do, considering the tumultuous positioning of the WrestleMania card at the moment with everything surrounding it. They may just have the Bar come out in WrestleMania and be like, so, yeah, we're here. We have the titles. We have no competition. And we want to entertain you people, but we don't have no competition. We've beaten everyone on Raw, so we're just going to leave now. And then that whoever new tag team is coming down is like, oh, well, you haven't beaten us. And they're just like, oh, shit.
Think you get interrupted by Gable and Benjamin. Have them jump over. They're not doing shit on SmackDown.
Yeah, but if they're not even good enough to be the B-grade tag champs, come on.
I would at no point in time ever refer to the Usos as B-grade tag champs.
You're not Vince McMahon.
Just saying.
I'm just saying, Raw is, in Vince's own eyes, the A show, and SmackDown is the B show. And if Gable and Benjamin aren't even good enough to be the B grade tag champions in his eyes. Why would he ever give them the A grade tag championships? Makes no sense.
Yeah. Because he would position them as the tag champs, then have Jason Jordan come back with a new partner and start a feud with Chad Gable.
Except they're both heel now.
Kind of.
No one likes Jordan. People like Chad more.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
But Chad and Benjamin are both heel at this point.
But given that the Bar are heel, you could easily have Chad and Shelton come out as faces to challenge him.
You could.
I'm just saying there's options.
But then if you have Chad Gable jump to Raw, the fans are just going to be chanting for American Alpha to reform.
No, they won't, because they hate Jason Jordan.
But they loved him as part of American Alpha. They hated him because WWE took him away from Chad Gable and gave him a stupid shit-ass gimmick.
Well, you know what? I would be perfectly okay if American Alpha reformed and took the Bar's tag team titles.
But what are you going to do with Shelton Benjamin?
Shelton Benjamin should be competing in the main event. I mean, maybe not the main event directly. Maybe not the main event directly, but Shelton Benjamin should at the very least be competing in mid-card championship matches.
True.
He should be feuding with The Miz.
I could see that. That would actually be a good match.
It would be a good match. I know. That's what he should be doing. Hell, let's be fair here. If Shelton dropped a few pounds of muscle, he could probably qualify for 205.
Maybe.
Because he's not that big of a dude. He never has been.
That's true.
Let's see here. Quick check. Shelton Benjamin.
Hell, since Gable's not doing anything, they should put him on 205 Live. They should move them both to 205 Live and put him in the tag division there.
That would make sense too. Okay, Shelton's at 240, built at 248 right now, so he'd have a little bit of way to go. He's got to lose a lot of that muscle. He's a little built on the upper body area.
Yeah, well, he's a tall dude. He's like, what, 6 something?
That's true.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
He is 6'2". 6'2".
Yeah.
Oh,
Chad Gable is actually cruiserweight. He's 202, so he would work just fine.
Yes.
He's also more height.
I know. I know the feud. I know the feud.
Hmm?
The feud is this. So Shelton and Shelton and Chad Gable come over and they win the tag team titles, and they're like, who's going to challenge us? And Jason Jordan comes out, and they're like, and Chad's like, really, Jason's like, we clearly I have a better partner. I've surpassed you. What do you possibly have to bring to the table? And Jason Jordan brings out Charlie Haas.
There you go.
Dressed as Chad Gable.
That'd be hilarious. Yes. Make it happen.
Anyway. So, yes, the Bar won this match. So we will start off with the Revival here because they lost. This was not. I didn't see this match because it was the first hour, but it doesn't sound like it was much. So as far as I can tell, Dash Wilder did not do any moves, so he's just going to get 5 points for showing up.
Except Charlie Haas is semi-retired.
Is he? Okay.
He's 45 years old, dude.
Shelton's 42. What's your point?
Yeah, he's still older though. But yeah, he's according to Wikipedia, he's semi-retired.
Fair enough. Good for him. He deserves it. You deserve it. Anyway, so Scott Dawson is going to get himself 5 for competing in one move. He's going to get 6 points.
Okay.
Bam. All right. And then we got DeBar. They are DeBar. And Cesaro won this match off a Gotch-style neutralizer. He hasn't won with that in a while. So we're going to go ahead and do Sheamus. Okay, then. Jesus.
I tried to mute. Sorry.
It didn't sound like you were muting. It sounded like you were summoning Bray Wyatt.
Fair enough.
Anyway, Sheamus gets 15 points for being on the winning team. He gets 5 for competing as 20, and he gets 2 moves as 22 points to Sheamus.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, 45. That's 365. 365. All right. And then Cesaro in the match. He gets 20 for that. 5 for competing is 25, and the Gotch style neutralizer is 26 points to Cesaro. It's 46. 56 and 6 is 362. 3 points shy of Sheamus. All right.
Really? There was a Slammy Award for Best Impersonation?
Yes, there was. I think Charlie Haas won that at least once.
He won it in 2008 for the
Okay.
Klama Haas.
Ah, yes, I remember that. Those good times.
I don't, but that's fair.
Look that up on YouTube later. Anywho.
Yes.
So, by the way, those of you out there listening on the East Coast, set your clocks back. We're now 7 minutes into daylight savings.
You are. I'm not.
Yeah, that's why I said on the East Coast. Dumb shit.
Didn't hear the East Coast part.
Say it with me, folks. Pay attention. Anyway. So we see a promo for Ride Along. New episodes available. And then we are joined by John Cena. I miss Santino. Anyway, John Cena comes out to the ring.
Fuck you, Cena.
Clap, 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 clap. And proceeds to cut a promo about how he's coming out here on Raw to speak so that the guys that he's facing on SmackDown can't interrupt him.
Okay.
And to talk about how he's going to break a record on Sunday by winning the WWE Championship for an unprecedented 17th time. And that's the reality of the matter. He's heard the criticism. He's heard people say that he's been handed everything by WWE. But he has earned his spot and encourages AJ Styles to use his rematch clause immediately to make their match at WrestleMania a triple threat match. Him, Shinsuke, and AJ. However, John Cena is at this point interrupted by, of all people, Goldust. For some reason. There's nothing else you can do. Have Goldust come out and talk about how he's going to be the director of the WrestleMania main event and wants to fight Roman Reigns. Bam! You got another match. Anyway. Goldust comes out and spouts some movie quotes as he's wont to do. He starts off with one from On the Waterfront. Great movie. Check it out if you haven't had a chance. Marlon Brando in his early days. Says that he should be the title contender and says that he's, dreamed about sharing the spotlight at WrestleMania. And my dream begins with stopping your dream. I'm in control and your new director, John Cena. And tonight your dreams will be shattered. And Cena looks like he's going to speak, and then Goldust punches him in the face.
I wish you would use the Shattered Dreams.
I wish you would too, but it's a band move.
So was the fucking curb stomp.
Yes, but there's a difference between the curb stomp, which may have a risk of injury if performed incorrectly, and the Shattered Dreams, which is a blatantly illegal maneuver by all standards of wrestling rules.
Yeah, except he never actually kicked him in the nuts. He always kicked the second turnbuckle pad right below the nuts.
I know, but the stick was supposed to be that he was kicking them in the nuts. That was the idea. It's not that it's banned because it's legitimately dangerous. It's banned because in kayfabe, it's a move where he kicks a dude in the nuts. There's a reason Ric Flair built a career as the dirtiest player in the game by punching dudes in the nuts.
True.
Among other things. So anyway, we go to a commercial and we come back, and this has been organized into a match here. And so Goldust and John Cena go square off, and after Goldust controls the match for a little while, John Cena 5 moves that dooms his ass and wins.
Fuck you, Cena.
Clap, 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 clap. So, Goldust is going to get a promo. It's 5. He's going to get another 5 for being in a match. It's 10. And one move is 11 points to Goldust. $63. Alrighty. John Cena gets 20 points for winning. He gets 5 for competing, is 25. He gets 5 for a promo, is 30. And his 5 moves of doom is 35 points to John Cena. That's 45. And 8 is 353. All right. So following that whole shtick, John Cena celebrates, and we then cut to the back where Kurt Angle is in his office, and he is approached by Elias. And Elias is attempting to get Angle to cancel his scheduled match against Braun Strowman tonight in what has been dubbed a Symphony of Destruction match. And saying that he thinks that music should not, because the stipulation of the match is that instruments will surround the ring. And Elias says he doesn't think music should be used as a weapon. Angle thinks about it and says that he is not canceling the match. Well, what happens tonight is up to Elias, and then informs Elias that he's also adding a false count anywhere stipulation for good measure.
I would put to Elias, if he feels music should not be used as a weapon, he should stop singing.
Oh! Burn! Anyway, so promo to Elias for that. All right. Ooh. We then have a video package announcing the latest member of the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2018, Hillbilly Jim. So congratulations to him.
And nobody in the arena cared.
Yeah, well. Given how long ago Hillbilly Jim wrestled, a lot of people don't remember him.
Yeah.
Tis what it is. So anyway, Bayley then comes out to the ring to do a brief interview with Charlie Caruso. And she was about to talk about something, but doesn't get anything out before she's interrupted by Absolution. And Paige proceeds to cut a promo as she is walked down the ramp by her associates. And basically says to Bayley that, you really need to get some friends around here, Bayley, because everybody's just turning on you, including your supposed best friend, Sasha. But that's to be expected, because WWE, there are no friends, unless you're a member of Absolution, because we are loyal to each other, and we don't just have each other in the back, basically. And calls Bayley a stupid little kid at some point during the promo. The commentators put over that could this potentially be a Paige invitation for Bayley to join Absolution? Who knows?
I think it would have been hilarious if Paige said that. I was like, because there are no friends in WWE unless, you're in Absolution, because we, like as you pointed out, we don't stab each other in the back. I think it'd be hilarious if Finn Balor's music hit. And he comes walking out with the Good Brothers, with the Balor Club. He's like, well, Bayley has one friend here, one friend that's not going anywhere, that happens to have 2 friends behind him. So, yeah, you're wrong.
See, I thought that would have been really funny if she says that, and then she walks around, and then all of a sudden there's Ronda Rousey who grabs Sonya, whichever one is not the MMA fighter, and just like throws her into a barricade, and the other one just turns around and stands next to her against Paige, and Paige just retreats. Like, yeah, so much for friends.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
Anyway, so after being interrupted, Bayley has a one-on-one match against Mandy Rose.
Actually, it would have worked out better if that was the main roster debut of Shayna Baszler. She comes out, grabs Mandy Rose, and just like kicks her in the head or something. And Paige is like, "What?" And she just looks at Sonya Deville and is like, "Hey, Sonya, you have your friends. I have a better friend. You have a decision to make." And she just walks off.
That would work.
Because everyone in that arena would know exactly who she's referring to.
Yeah. Anyway. So, yes, Bayley wins this match via a roll-up. Because we still have female competitors studying the Kelly School of Wrestling. See, she did a good job of the Rumble. I feel mean saying that now.
No, she didn't. She was the worst one of all the Legends came back. Because at least everyone else did their signature move. She didn't even do her finishing move. That pissed me off to no end.
Her finishing move is a roll-up. It doesn't work in a Royal Rumble.
Her finishing move is the K2. It's a famouser.
Okay.
Yeah, her finishing move is the Kelly. That, and she didn't take the jacket off. I'm like, why are you wrestling in your jacket, you stupid idiot? But yeah, she like didn't pull off her signature move at all, and I was like, oh, come on, she has a finishing move, WWE. What the hell?
I don't know. But anyway, so that happened. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's see. We got Bayley and Paige are going to get a promo to start off with. It's 222 and a promo to Paige. All right.
And she also completely botched the tilt-a-whirl. I can't remember who she did it to, but whoever she did it to had to hold her up for like 5 seconds for her to realize, oh, I should probably close my legs.
All right. So. Which is hilarious because when she debuted over at WWE ECW, her character was insinuated to be famous for the opposite of that.
Yeah, but a version of her character also was not portrayed as an actual wrestler.
This is true. Anyway, so what do we got here? So let's see. So if it's Mandy Rose, that means Sonya Deville will get accompaniment points.
Paige will get accompaniment in promo.
I already gave Paige the promo. I guess we could throw her an accompaniment too. What the hell? Puts Paige at 100 points even.
Woo!
And Sonya Deville is lower on the list than that. There we go. That is 51. Okay.
Let's be honest. Sonya Deville is only there to look hot and intimidating.
Yeah. So, then let's see. Mandy Rose will get 5 points for being in this match. And one move is 6 points to Mandy Rose. All right. And then Bayley will get 5 points for winning this match. Sorry, she'll get 20 for winning the match, 5 for being in the match, and 4 moves is 29 points to Bayley for the match. What is 32, 42, and 9 is 251 there. Okay. Post-match, the Absolution ladies, who are not crippled with a neck injury, begin assaulting Bayley until Sasha Banks runs down to make the save. Absolution retreats, and when Sasha goes to offer Bailey a hug, Bailey just kind of, no, we're not doing that, and kind of walks past her and away. So it's a post-match assault to the non-crippled members of Absolution. Two. Okay.
By the way, I have to say, how ignorant and stupid are WWE fans?
Okay, Sasha with that assault, by the way.
Oh, I thought you were done doing the points.
No, I had to give Sasha her assault points, so that's 9. Okay, continue.
Yeah, how stupid and ignorant are WWE fans?
I don't know. How ignorant and stupid are they?
You know that segment you just read out?
Yes.
Yeah, people are like, oh my god, is this a Bailey heel turn? I'm like, no! If WWE books it that way, they're as stupid and ignorant as you are. Because Bailey is the one that's justified here. And it's not like she attacked Sasha. She was just like, no, I'm not hugging you, and walked off. Sasha has repeatedly stabbed Bailey in the back, physically assaulting her. And Bailey's the heel? The fuck is wrong with you people? You know, if Sasha tried to give her a hug and Bailey turned around and Bailey to bellied her, okay, you might have slight justification. But she was just like, no, we're not doing this, and walked off. So, no, Sasha's clearly the heel in this point, in this fucking feud.
The woman who came out and saved her ass and offered her a hug is the heel?
Yes, because she's trying to stay in Bailey's good graces while constantly stabbing her in the back. That's her entire plan. Because as long as Bailey is basically her pawn, she's not a threat. Right? Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. She knows that of everyone here, Bailey is probably the greatest threat to her rise to the Women's Championship. If Bailey's in her corner, that's a huge threat that isn't.
Right.
And if you see how they've been booking Sasha, that's exactly what she's been doing. Because she'll come out and save Bailey time and time and time again. But you notice every time when it comes down to it for the championship, what does Sasha immediately do? Stab Bailey in the back. Every time, without fail. And Bailey's the heel here? No, fuck you. Bailey's completely justified in finally opening her eyes and being like, no, fuck you, Sasha. You're just using me. Go to hell. And in all honesty, she would have been completely justified and be like, okay, give her a hug, and then Bailey to belly. That, in my eyes, that would have been completely justified because fuck you, Sasha, for turning on her that many times.
Fair enough. Anywho, we have a lovely Women's History Month video about Eunice Kennedy Shriver, the founder of the Special Olympics, so that was a very nice video. We get some footage of the history between the Strowman Elias feud, and then a promo for Braun Strowman in the back, complete with unnecessarily obtrusive on-screen graphics. Because that's a thing now. And Braun Strowman says that he's not finished with Elias, and Elias is going to get these hands tonight. As well as these keys, these drums, and any other instrument he can get his hands on. This will be Elias' extinction.
I think Braun Strowman missed a great opportunity.
Okay.
Instead of extinction, he should have said, tonight, in this match, this will be Elias's swan song.
That would have worked too.
But still, he cuts a mean promo.
Promo to Braun Strowman. Yes, he does. All right. So, we see Elias come down to the ring, and we have ourselves a Symphony of Destruction match. We open up with Elias singing a song, and he plays the piano and the drums for a bit. He sings a song knocking Braun Strowman and talking some shit about Milwaukee. When the lights go out, when they do, Elias is gone, and we then see him running through the crowd towards the back, trying to get out of Dodge.
Didn't you also tell me that instead of playing the guitar, he played the piano for this one?
He did play the piano for this one.
Oh, apparently, Elias is a multi-instrument talent.
Multi-talented musician, yes. So Elias hightails it into the backstage area and out to the parking lot where he attempts to jump in a waiting car. He starts the car up and tries to back it out, but the car isn't moving. And when Elias gets out to find out why, Braun Strowman is there and has lifted the back tires of the car off the ground so it can't get any traction. This leads to Elias to run like hell, and Strowman then chases him through the arena and back out to the stage where he starts beating on Elias and dragging him down to the ring. He then throws Elias into the corner, and they actually start having their match in the ring. Elias hits Braun with his guitar and does manage to get a 1 count off of a flying elbow before Braun kicks out with authority and then reverses a drift away. Elias hits up out of the ring. They fight their way up to the ramp. Elias gets another large base broken over his back and then gets crushed by a piano. And then
Only not.
And then Strowman pulls his corpse from under the piano and pins him.
AKA rolls him out from under the piano that's tilted up.
Yeah. And I did like the point where he pulled him out to go pin him, and one of the commentators, I think it was Coach, was just watching. He was like, "Oh, that's right. I forgot this was still a match."
Am I the only one who wants this in the next game?
That would be an interesting matchup.
I just want musical instruments as viable weapons.
See, I like the concept of the match in the game, but I feel like it would be a little too one note.
Okay, I'm leaving now.
Insert meme picture of smiling husky dog here. But yeah, so Braun Strowman is the winner of the Symphony of Destruction match. And Elias is put in a neck brace and loaded on a stretcher and carted out of the arena.
Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
Hey, 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 goodbye.
And that's how you sing, Elias.
It's true. Anyway, so then, let's see here. This is a specialty match.
Unfortunately.
So, Elias will get himself 5 points for competing in it, and 3 points for being in a specialty match is 8. He'll get 3 for weapon use for the guitar is 11. And he will get 7 move points is 18 points to Elias for this match. $51. 8 is 259. All right. And Braun Strowman will get 20 points for winning this match. He'll get 10 for winning a specialty match is 30. He'll get 5 for being in the match is 35. 3 for being in a specialty is 38. 3 for weapon use is 41. And 4 moves is 35 points to Braun Strowman. It's 433. Unless you'd like to award Braun some OMGs for anything he did during the match. I mean, he lifted a car and he crushed a dude under a piano. Sort of.
I didn't see the match. Did you see the match?
I did see the match, but I don't think there's anything super OMG worthy.
All right, well, I'll just defer to you because, like I said, I haven't seen it. So
yeah, just average Braun.
Braun.
Basically. So We clean up that mess. And Bray Wyatt comes out just long enough to squash Rhino in about 5 seconds. Rhino doesn't load with some strikes, but Wyatt just boots him in the face, taunts Wendy, and then Sister Abigail's the shit out of him.
So free points for me.
Basically.
Woo!
So Wendy will get accompaniment points. So that's 5. So that's 81 points for Wendy Slater. Rhino will get 5 points for showing up for this match. Put him at 79. Bray Wyatt gets 20 points for winning a match. He gets 5 for being in it, and he gets 1 for his Sister Abigail. Will be 26 points over to Bray. 227. However, after the match is over and Heath is checking on Rhino, Bray Wyatt staring them down. Bray Wyatt gets a microphone and proceeds to call out Matt Hardy, saying that he's a coward. The fans chant delete at him, and Wyatt says that the final deletion and the Great War are far from over. Woken Matt then appears on the screen and concurs. Yes! Oh. The Great War is far from over, but it can no longer be contested inside the WWE. There is only one location suitable for this ultimate deletion: the Hardy Compound. Cue footage of the Hardy Compound, which I am told that Revy Sky freshly shot that week.
Yeah, or like the week before. That's what she tweeted out. Then when fans were like, "Hey, this is TNA footage," and Revy was like, "No, it's not. I just shot this shit. What the hell are you guys on about?"
Yeah, Vanguard 1 takes footage, and Hardy.
I can't remember the name of the boat, but he named his boat, and that's in the footage as well.
He did, and so Hardy officially challenges Wyatt to the ultimate deletion match, which will presumably take place at WrestleMania.
Let's be honest, it's total nonstop deletion.
Pretty much.
Also, as someone pointed out, and I'm like, yes, make that happen. That would be amazing.
Uh-huh.
Since this is going to be at the Hardy Compound, and it is effectively a total nonstop deletion, and they saw the boat, one has to assume that Matt still has the Lake of Reincarnation.
Yep.
They said that Matt should throw Bray Wyatt into it, and he should come back out as Husky Harris.
That would be weird.
That'd be awesome. Like that's how you cleanse Bray Wyatt. That's how you get rid of the Sister Abigail powers, and then he's free to team with Bo Dallas.
And they can challenge the Bar.
There you go.
That could work.
I'm like, yes, I want him to go into Lake of Reincarnation and come out as Husky Harris. Like, without the Sister Abigail powers, he's just Husky Harris. I think that'd be amazing.
That would be interesting. We will have to see. But I believe reports this week indicated Jeff is cleared. So, hashtag Brother Nero.
Yes, they're expecting that as well. In fact, that would be kind of cool if they incorporated that for the Lake of Reincarnation. If they're like fighting and fighting and fighting, and it's like, and Bray's just like, you can't beat me, Matt Hardy. The powers just say, Abigail, they're strong. And I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to toss me into that lake. It ain't going to happen. And all of a sudden, the lake just starts to bubble, and Bray's like, wait, what? And Matt just kind of looks at the lake. And he's a little bit surprised, too. It bubbles, it bubbles, it bubbles. And then you see something rise out of the lake, and it's Jeff Hardy as Brother Nero.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would work.
Treat it like a Lazarus pit. I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that could work. That could be fun. Yeah, Matt actually did in an interview. He talked about the fact that the Sister Abigail spirit is far older than my own spirit, which is why it is a difficult uphill battle for me to defeat her.
Oh, speaking of which, I can't remember which one, but one of the two female superstars that were let go from NXT.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, she was supposed to be Sister Abigail.
Oh.
Yeah, but then I guess they decided not to go with that, and so they literally had nothing for her.
She's been there before. Why are you just not using Bray and Bo's sister?
Right.
They actually have one.
But is she a wrestler?
She could be.
Hmm.
I think she did something for WWE in some capacity at one point.
But yeah, I think she was supposed to be Sister Abigail because I think she mentioned that there was like a promo or something that she cut just once. It was one thing, and it hinted at her being Sister Abigail.
Oh, okay.
But then they decided they weren't going to debut Sister Abigail, or maybe it was around the time when Bray was like merging with Sister Abigail, and then he went and got sick.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been then that they were going to actually introduce Sister Abigail, and then Bray went and got sick and got everyone else sick, and they were like, "Well, scrap that idea."
Yeah, that is done. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Also, I like Matt Hardy's promo here. Like, it didn't seem over the top. Like the whole laugh, he didn't do it too long, and it wasn't over the top. And I'm like, yes, this is how his promo should feel, not where he comes up and he's doing that stupid, goofy laugh for way too fucking long.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was a good promo by Matt.
It was. It worked for what it needed to do. Anyway. So, promo to Woken Matt Hardy.
Yeah. And people are also speculating, too, since the match is supposedly going to take place at the Hardy compound, and he's saying, that the Broken Universe will be there. People are wondering, does that mean that Rebby Hardy is now ready to come out of retirement, and this is going to be her WWE debut?
Could be.
Now that she's, had the kids, she's had time to recover, she's had time to work out. Is she ready to come back to wrestling now?
Wondering if Bray Wyatt's going to get jumped by Senor Benjamin.
Yep. Yeah, because Senor Benjamin was there too. He was in the promo.
Yeah.
And apparently we're going to see Matt's kids because he mentioned his kids as well.
Oh, yeah, of course. They're very important to him.
Yes. Well, it's his house. They're probably going to be there. They wouldn't be anywhere else.
Well, we do need to remember that there is relevance there because King Maxwell Hardy does already hold several pinfall victories over credible superstars.
Fair.
Because they've done that storyline for some reason.
And King Maxwell Hardy is like, what, 2 years older now?
Yeah.
That's 2 years more experience than he had when he debuted.
It's true. I think, what's he, like 5 now? Somewhere in that area. Like that.
Yeah, he's at the age where he probably knows what the hell he's doing now.
He might.
But yeah, people are speculating that maybe Rebby Hardy is finally going to make her debut in WWE as a female superstar.
I can see it.
Rebby versus Lita. Rebby versus Lita.
There you go.
In a Matt Hardy on a pole match.
Ah.
Make it happen.
Be interesting.
But yes, I'm looking forward to this match. I hope it lives up to the hype. But then again, it's a WWE produced match, so I'm not holding my breath.
True.
Now, if they let Matt Hardy do whatever the fuck he wants, then it'll probably be pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Can't be any worse than the fucking House of Horrors.
Let's see. Oh, so okay. So apparently it's just one.
Okay.
And hilariously, as I'm noting here, King Maxwell has one pinfall victory to his name.
Okay.
Over Rockstar Spud.
Ha! Well, that's not that impressive. He's just a GM.
Oh. So yeah, that was at the total nonstop deletion event.
Mm.
So I would not be surprised if the kid ends up with a second pinfall victory over somebody. And knowing the way WWE operates, it'll be Heath Slater.
Ha! I also pointed out, since apparently WWE is on working terms with Shane Helms now. Could we see the Hurricane make a return to the Hardy compound, get dumped back into the Lake of Reincarnation, and come back as Shane Helms?
I would not be surprised. Some weird shit going on.
Yep. I'd love to see Cena show up, get dumped in the Lake of Reincarnation, and come back as the Doctor of Thugonomics.
That'd be interesting.
Or if you want to laugh, have Triple H dumped in and he comes back with hair.
There you go. Anyway, so after all that goes down, we clear the ring out, and it is that one time of year once again, folks. The 3rd annual Mizzy Awards.
Yeah.
Yeah. No enthusiasm for the Mizzies. How dare you disrespect the Miz like that? These are the most must-see awards in television history.
It would be if he actually got to finish them.
Yeah. He finished as much as they wrote. Yeah, so this comes out with the Miztourage. It starts giving out Mizzy Awards. He gives a joint Mizzy to Finn Balor and Seth Rollins for superstars best at patting themselves on the back. He gives Kurt Angle an award for worst decision by a GM, all the nominees of which were Kurt Angle for things that he's done. And he's about to give himself a Lifetime Achievement Mizzy when he's interrupted by Seth and then Finn. Has a great promo against them, and then challenges them to a 3-on-2 handicap match against him and the Miztourage.
Right.
And also, Finn, I don't care how over you are. To be over the WWE, you need more than just a hand gesture that isn't even yours.
Yeah, but as I point out to the Miz, yeah, he didn't create it, but the people who did gave it to him. So, yeah. By the way, one of the people who created it writes your paychecks, so I wouldn't go around pitching about this shit. They literally gave it to Finn Balor on national fucking or on global TV.
Yeah. Anyway, so this does lead into the aforementioned 3-on-2 handicap main event.
Shall we score the promo first?
We shall score the promo first.
Promos for everyone.
Except the Miztourage.
Oh, they didn't actually say anything?
No, they just kind of stood there.
That's fair.
So, we will give the Miz and Seth and Finn promo.
They're just sentient punching bags anyway.
Pretty much at this point. All right, so what do we got here? We got Finn Balor. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Jumping around. There we go. $400 points for Finn Balor, by the way.
Yay.
Yeah,
you mean Finn Bluler?
Yeah, Finn Bluler.
God, that looks so goddamn ugly. And I'm sure someone's probably made it in 2K18 already, that outfit. And I'm not downloading that because it's ugly.
I was okay with it until he brought out a matching jacket.
Oh, he didn't originally have the matching jacket?
Not that I noticed, because like the last time we saw him was when he came out to for the Elimination Chamber match. And I did not see him actually come out for the match. I don't think he was wearing the jacket when he came out for the match, or if he did, he took it off very quickly and I didn't get to see it.
I don't recall.
Because that was where he debuted that ring attire, as at the Elimination Chamber.
That is true. But yeah, no, don't wear blue, Finn. Just no, don't. Not a good look for you, buddy.
If you're gonna wear blue, go to the other show.
Or that. Or, team with Blue Tista.
Yeah. Hashtag Blutista. Anyway, moving along. So, The Miz, right? That's where I left off. The Miz gets a promo.
The Miz.
74. Okay, 274. Now, match. So, this is a specialty main event match. So, that's going to be a base of 5 for a match, 4 for a main event, and 3 for a specialty. It's going to be 12 points at base for this match.
Fuck you, Rollins.
Clap, 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 clap. Burn it down.
Fuck you, Rollins.
Put it down. Put it down. All right. So, the Miz and the Miztourage lose, obviously. I don't think I really need to say that. So, we will start off by scoring the Miz and said Miztourage.
Thank you for coming.
Basically, they got points for showing up, and Axel actually hit somebody with a kick of some kind that's apparently on his list.
Okay, then.
So he hit something. And that was about it. So, let's see. So there's, I said, the base 12. So Bo Dallas will get the base 12.
I'm surprised they don't have Axel just going around throwing out perfect plexus.
You would think.
If I was going to have him use one move and only one move, that's the move I'd have him use.
It is one of his finishers.
I know, but it's like, well, they just have him use it a lot more because he doesn't use it. It's like, dude, if you're going to have him showcase only one move before he gets beat down, have it be that move.
Yeah, but do you really want to tarnish his father's legacy by having Curtis Axel going around doing that move?
Well, that's the reason I would want him to use it is because of his father. I'm like, come on, just have a honor his father by using the move. Or, book him better.
Or that. See, you want a feud? Here's the feud I want to see for the Intercontinental Championship. Here's the feud I want.
All right.
I want the Miz to go on, be the champion, have his big WrestleMania moment, whatever else. And then after the Miz is, the Miz has his, he retains his title, has his big WrestleMania moment, and then I want the Miztourage to turn on the Miz and beat the crap out of him.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about how, they're multi-generational superstars, and yet, the Miz walked in here from reality TV and acts like he's hot shit. He gets all the title shots and shit. And they have to follow him around like stooges. And then, Miz is kind of looking up at them like why? Why would you do this? And they basically, well, 2 reasons. Number 1, we think we deserve more respect. Number 2, we had a price. Ted DiBiase Jr. comes back, and they become his lackeys. He bought them off and forms that second or third generation faction that he tried to form back in the day.
You know what feud? If you're gonna do this at WrestleMania, this is the feud I want.
Then he shows up at All In and he challenges Cody and the Young Bucks to a match.
Yes, but if you're gonna do this at WrestleMania, this is what I want. If you're gonna have it be with the Miztourage,
okay.
I want it to be like you said, 2 reasons. 1, we're sick and tired of being your goddamn Susan getting our asses kicked week in, week out. We feel we deserve better and we feel we can wrestle better. And you're just not letting us do that because you want to make yourself look good. And it's like, yeah, what's number 2? And that was Curtis Axel saying that. And then Bo Dallas steps forward. It's like, number 2, because blood is thicker than water. And Miz is like, what? And then the lights go out. And then it comes back up and Bray Wyatt is standing behind him. And Miz is like, oh, no. Turns around, boom, Sister Abigail.
That could work. I could see it.
Because, come on, you're telling me Bray Wyatt versus The Miz wouldn't be a great feud?
That would be an interesting feud. I could see that.
And then you build up the Miztourage because that was the other team. I was trying to remember what the other team they were talking about. The other team they were talking about that hasn't actually faced a bar is the Miztourage. But let's be honest, they're not a threat.
No.
But if you build them up to be a threat, then they could go on to face whoever the tag team champions are eventually. Build them up as a credible tag team. Because I think Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel could be a credible tag team.
Fair enough. Anyway, moving along.
Yes.
So let's see. We did Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. Did I do Curtis Axel? I don't think I did him yet. No, I did Bo Dallas. Okay, so Curtis Axel. Go forward. There we go. Curtis Axel will get 12 points plus one move. He'll get 13. So that's 153 for him. And then The Miz will also get the aforementioned 12 points. And he apparently did not hit any moves because he was just like kind of a cow getting his ass kicked the whole time. So, and trying to, use his lackeys instead of actually wrestling. So, 12 points to The Miz.
Yeah.
Da Miz.
Da Miz.
That's 286. Okay. All right. So, following this, we have the faces. Seth Rollins got the pinfall in this match.
Fuck you, Rollins.
All right. So, Finn Balor will get the, let's see, he'll get 15 points for being on the winning team. He'll get the base 12, is going to be 28 points. And 3 moves is 31 points to Finn Balor. Yes. 431. Seth freaking Rollins will get 20 points for winning this match. He will get 10 for winning a specialty match, is 30. He will get the base 12, is a 42. Let's see. He will get another 5 for competing in a match, is 47. Another 5 for winning the main event, is 52. And 5 moves is 57 points to Seth Rollins.
God damn. Does that make him number 1?
Hang on. 57 points would be 508. Yes, it does.
Fuck you, Rollins.
But only by about 40 points. And actually, Cedric didn't compete this week. So, yeah, no. Rollins took the lead for now. But in all fairness, it's going to balance out because Cedric's actually going to win a title at WrestleMania. Seth probably isn't.
No, we hope Cedric to win at WrestleMania.
I think Cedric will win at WrestleMania. All right. So after this, Kurt Angle comes out and announces that the 3 of these men will be in a triple threat match for the IC title at WrestleMania.
Okay, then.
We then go over to the commentary desk and Corey Graves, and while Corey Graves is talking, the USA Network abruptly cuts off the programming and goes to the next show before realizing, oh shit, Raw wasn't over. Go back. And they went back. And as we go back, Paul Heyman is coming down to the ring with the Universal title in his grubby little hands. Paul Heyman proceeds to cut a promo.
Way too long promo.
Would you like to talk about this promo?
I didn't actually see the promo.
Oh, I thought you went back and watched the promo.
No.
Well, you suck now. Blech. So Paul Heyman comes out and cuts a really long promo talking about how Brock Lesnar permits him to bring this title here, and how Roman Reigns wasn't right for calling out Brock last week for how it's relevant. Is it any less relevant when you beat The Undertaker because he's only around once or twice a year? No, it's not. Same thing with Brock Lesnar. And, he says Reigns won't be beating Lesnar this year, and if he doesn't like it, he can do something about it next week when Brock Lesnar is here. He says, your family's bloodline, they run through pro wrestling and vice versa, but this championship runs in Brock Lesnar's bloodline. This championship is Brock Lesnar's bitch. And he says, I'll come out here and lay the UFC title next to it if Brock Lesnar so declines me too. And basically just talks up how Brock is, kind of owns the championship but doesn't respect it. But also simultaneously talks up the relevance of the title and how it owns you when you're the champion, which didn't really make a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm. Didn't sound like it did.
No, he rambled a bit. I don't know what happened there. I feel like he was supposed to be done earlier and Roman wasn't ready or something, and they told him to keep going. And he had to improv some shit.
Okay.
So, anyway, he goes through this whole promo about, and he ends the promo saying that Reigns, if you, let this be a lesson, you don't want to shoot on the mic against Paul Heyman, and you don't want to be in the ring with Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar.
So Roman comes out, gets a mic, says he said some harsh for true things last week. He thought Lesnar would show up tonight instead of sending Heyman. He really is a bitch, isn't he? But he says, oh, don't worry, if Brock's next week, I'll be here next week too. So Brock gets anything he wants to my face. But make sure when you bring Brock, make sure he's not dressed for a promo segment. Make sure he's dressed for a fight. So yeah, promo on Heyman and Reigns to end the night. The promo was typically better than I made it out to be. Go watch the video. I can't do it justice. Even though Heyman rambled a little bit and seemed to contradict himself at one point, it was still a really good promo. When Paul Heyman came out with that belt for a split second with all the rumors flying around, I thought he was about to come out and be like, I'm delivering this for Brock Lesnar because he's relinquishing this title because he doesn't give a shit about it or something, and he was just going to leave the belt there. But no.
He should have. That would have been far better. Sounds like it would have been far better than what happened.
Yeah.
Because as he's doing it, they could have had Reigns come and be like, wait, let me get this straight. So Brock Lesnar gives so little a shit about this title that he can't even come and relinquish it himself? What the hell?
Yeah. Anyway. That thus endeth Raw. Let us check the scores. All right, scores coming up. Neck. Pop. All right. Data refreshums.
Yes.
All righty. In the lead still at 55.96 is the Blissful Ride of Justice. Second place at 52.94. Balor Club Worldwide. And still in last at 42.18 is me.
Yeah, there's no way I'm catching her. She's like 300 points up.
Anything can happen.
I'm not going to get 300 points come WrestleMania, dude. It ain't happening. Even with Fastlane, I don't see it happening.
Not only Fastlane tomorrow, every title will be defended at WrestleMania. That is hundreds of points on the line.
True.
Hell, that's a minimum of 50 to 100 points for the world titles alone. And the women's titles are equivalent. So actually, no, it's 100 to 200 points for the world and women's titles alone, plus all the points for tag titles, the mid-cards, the cruiserweight.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be involved in the Raw title, and if things go as you have it planned out, I'm going to lose the SmackDown women's title. So, yeah, there was all those points. And all those points are going to her.
Yeah, we'll see. Anything's possible. You're still going to get an AJ retention tomorrow.
Hopefully.
We'll see. 3, 5, 18. SDL 3, 6, 18. 205 L.
Because if things go as we feel it's going to go with the SmackDown tag titles, I'm going to be losing those at WrestleMania. And who has the Bludgeon Brothers anyway? I think she does, doesn't she? Or do you have? No, you have the Bludgeon Brothers, so those would be going to you. The only title points I would be getting at WrestleMania probably would end up being the SmackDown Championship match because I have the entirety of that match if AJ retains. That's it. That's all I've got on the WrestleMania card. I literally have nothing else on the card. Well, I have both, and we know Finn Balor's probably not going to. Well, he may win. I don't know. That one's kind of up in the air.
Yeah, you have a possibility there.
Depends on what they decide to do. But my guess is if they're gonna pick someone not Miz to win, it's probably going to be Rollins.
We'll see.
Because let's be honest, Finn's doesn't really like or care about Finn Balor.
This is true.
So yeah, I'm kind of fucked, dude. WrestleMania is going to be mostly her.
Well, we'll find out. This is proof anything can happen in the WWE.
Yeah.
We know this to be true.
And I'm not winning Ultimate Deletion. That ain't happening.
Yeah. Probably not, but we shall see. We shall see.
Yeah.
Okay. So, moving back along to the SmackDowns. Boop. All right. SmackDown came from the Resch Center in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
And we open up with the commentators, and then we're joined by Women's Champion Charlotte Flair.
Okay.
Who comes down to the ring and does an interview with her Fastlane opponent, Ruby Riott. But Ruby Riott takes the microphone from the interview and proceeds to conduct the interview with Charlotte herself. But luckily, her Riott Squad partners chose not to hit the ring with her at the time. And she discusses her history with Charlotte and her jealousy of the women's champion, and says that she formed the Riott Squad to destroy the myth that Charlotte is the queen of the women's division.
Mm.
The remainder of the Riott Squad then slides into the ring, and it looks like it could be bad for Charlotte in a 3-on-1 assault. But the heavens open up, and Bobby Roode comes out to chase them away. As he comes down to go to ringside to do commentary for the night's opening match, which we'll get to in a moment.
Glorious.
I won't give in till I'm victorious.
Did he come out on the pedestal or did he just walk out?
I think he was walking out. I don't think he pedestaled.
Oh, okay.
Anyway. So, Charlotte and Ruby get a promo. Ruby Riott. All right. Well, what did I do? No. No. Here we go. Go back. Okay.
Mm.
Jesus. Okay. Wait, 5, 7. There we go. Okay. Just lost all of Ruby Riott's points for a minute there.
Mm.
All right. And so then Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan were kind of there, so they'll get 3 points for being there.
Okay.
All right. Bam. And then Bobby Roode is going to get commentary points. Wait a minute. Okay, never mind. Anyway. So then we have our opening match tonight, which is Randy Orton versus the modern-day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal. No? Okay. So
Modern-day failure, Jinder Mahal.
Well, they have a match which Jinder Mahal wins via a Colossus on a distracted Randy Orton.
And I don't care because I have none of these people.
Yeah. Accurate.
Yeah, that's the other title match I don't give a shit about because I don't have Bobby Roode, and I'm sure as hell probably not going to have whoever's going to face him at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
All these supposed 100 points that progress to WrestleMania, most of them are going to Tiff.
We'll see. Anyway. So, let's see. Randy Orton lost this match. He's going to get 5 points for competing in a match, and 5 points for moves is 10 points to Randy Orton. It's pretty straightforward. All right. Bobby Roode actually jumped on the apron to interfere in this match, so Bobby Roode will get interference points.
All right.
He jumped on the apron and caused a distraction that resulted in Orton eating a coloss. I'll also accompaniment to Samir Singh. Or is it Sunil?
Who has more points?
Sunil.
I mean, he's probably the one that's actually been around.
Probably that. All right. That is 61 for him then. And then Jinder Mahal gets 20 points for winning a match, 5 for being in, it's 25, and 5 moves is 30 points to Jinder Mahal. $188. All right. Now, Rude got knocked off the apron, and Jinder celebrates as Rude gets back to his feet, and then he heads up the ramp with Sunil. Yeah, it's Sunil. Okay. As Orton recovers on the mat there. We then got to the backstage area where Team Cammy has a conversation about the six-pack challenge, with Owens reminding Sammy that this is an every man for himself match, and that Sammy said he would lie down for Owens. And Sammy agrees, saying that Owens says Sammy's a great guy for that. And Sammy adds that his time will come, but WrestleMania 34 is Kevin's time. And he reiterates that he'll lay down for Owens at Fastlane, and then they laugh and hug. So, promo to Team Cammy. It's Zayn. 26. All right. So
Yeah, they're not currently on the WrestleMania card at all, so fuck them.
they will be. They'd be dumb not to be.
I don't know. We'll see.
Because with the turn, I'm pretty sure they're going to have a match against each other. All right. Next, we see Baron Corbin, who cuts a promo about John Cena coming back to SmackDown, saying that he owes Cena a beating, and he's going to turn Cena's WrestleMania dream into a nightmare. Promo to Baron Corbin. All right. We see a video package of the New Day Usos feud. Then we have Shinsuke Nakamura, who does an interview where he says that he hopes AJ wins on Sunday so I can beat you at WrestleMania. Team Rusev Day interrupt him because they're upset that he put his knee into Aiden's throat last week and he cannot sing right now. If ever again, according to Rusev.
He better be able to sing again.
They say Nakamura may have damaged his voice with that. Rusev then challenges Nakamura out of vengeance for his friend to a match at Fastlane, and Nakamura accepts, saying that when I beat you at Fastlane, it will be Nakamura Day.
So that's victory points that I'm getting at Fastlane.
You can't just make up your own holiday. Rusev.
But yes, those are victory points I'm getting tomorrow.
Yeah. So that's a promo to Shinsuke and Rusev. And 3 points to Aiden English for being there.
Also, I put to you, I don't know if AJ is going to win tomorrow because he's the one that has the momentum going into the pay-per-view.
No.
Thought he won the match.
No, that was Sami Zayn.
Oh, he won the first time, but yeah, that's right. Before
No, the first time was a no contest because they got jumped by Team Cammy.
True.
There was
Fair.
no victor the first time.
Fair.
But we'll get to that in a minute. Alrighty. We go to the ring. We go to the ring, and we have Carmella versus Becky Lynch.
All points to me.
Becky Lynch wins.
Woo!
With a disarm her.
Doesn't that mean Carmella has to, like, cash in either tomorrow or at WrestleMania?
Why?
Because she only has a year to cash in, and the next pay-per-view after WrestleMania is Money in the Bank.
Not even close, dude.
Is it?
Money in the Bank is in June.
Oh, okay. I was going with off. Fair enough.
I mentioned that earlier during the news. Pay attention.
She still has to cash in pretty soon.
Yeah, she has a few months left, but after WrestleMania is Payback, and then after that is Extreme Rules.
Unless she wants to try to cash in on Asuka, but that would be a death sentence.
Probably, yeah.
But then if she cashes in beforehand, then she has to face Asuka at WrestleMania.
Yep.
So either way, right now, cashing in, probably a death sentence.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. Carmella gets 5 points for being in the match, and 4 moves is 9 points to miss Money in the Bank. It's 54. All right. And then what do we got?
Becky Lynch.
Yep. 20 for winning, 5 for competing is 25. 2 moves is 27 points to Becky Lynch. Is 90, puts her at 110. All right, we see promotes for the international events. AJ Styles then comes down and talks to the ring to go about Cena, says that his journey to the title and complains about the possibility of losing the belt without being pinned. He gives props to Cena, but takes issue with Cena's words, saying he's not interested in making his WrestleMania match a triple threat. No one ever thought he and Nakamura would have a WWE title match at WrestleMania, and he doesn't want Cena there, and neither do the fans.
And he's not wrong.
Ziggler then comes out to interrupt and says AJ used to be cool, but he's changed. AJ isn't phenomenal. He's desperate. AJ points out that Ziggler has been there for 13 years and still hasn't reached his potential. They trade insults. Ziggler mentions his world title reign. And AJ tells Ziggler that that's enough talking. Let's fight. And so AJ calls for a ref and they have themselves a match.
Okay.
Said match ends in a no contest due to a double attack from Team Cammy on both of the participants. So, in a no contest, both men will get the 5 points for competing, add 5 points, so 10 points to each of those gentlemen. Plus, they each had 6 moves, so it's actually 16 to each of them. They're dead even.
Fair enough.
90 and Dolph. What did I just say? 16, yeah. So that would be 18 and 24. Yep, got it. All right. Next up. It's also an interference from Team Cammy, by the way.
Yes. And would that also be a post-match assault to Team Cammy?
No, because they assaulted while the match was going on.
They didn't continue after the match was called?
It's the same assault. I'm not going to do it twice.
Like, you're not giving them points for an assault. You're giving them points for an interference.
Which is what it was. They interfered, and the match ended due to the interference, and the beatdown was going on. Zayn. It's a 6 for that, which is 302 for him. All right. So after this happens, shit gets crazy. So, I'm going to go ahead and ask you to do me a favor.
Okay.
Where is... Here we go. I'm going to ask you to go ahead and start reading that recap for the remainder of the program, because I really need to run to the bathroom for a second, and I'll pick that up when I come back.
Okay, I can do that. Welcome to the Forever Degenerate Show, ladies and gentlemen. So we have Zayn and Owens attack both AJ and Ziggler. AJ and Ziggler finally fight up. They beat down Owens and Zayn and throw them out of the ring. Here comes the money. Money, 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 money. Here comes the money. Shane McMahon comes out, tries to restore order, fails because he's Shane McMahon. And he calls out Owens and Zayn for the sneak attack. And it's like, all right, you guys want to fight? Let's fight. 5-way match. Get me Baron Corbin right now. So we have a preview of tomorrow's main event, minus John Cena. We have Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn versus AJ Styles versus Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin, non-title main event. Specialty match, of course. Fatal 5-way. So, we have AJ and Sami start going at it, and Corbin comes over, throws Sami into the barricade. Corbin throws Owens next, then meets on Sami back in the ring. AJ and Corbin go at it. After that, but then Corbin gets the better of him and stomps him out. Then Owens comes back in, but Corbin drops him too. So Corbin's just on a tear here. Then Ziggler decides he wants a piece of Corbin. And Ziggler gets the upper hand, throws him outside. Team Cammy gang up on Corbin at ringside, throw him into the ring steps, and back in the ring. Okay, so I guess they throw him in the ring steps, and then Sami slides back into the ring and beats up Ziggler while Owens attacks AJ. Owens then hits a senton on Ziggler. Sami stomps on Corbin on the apron. Then Team Cammy double team AJ. And Owens hits a senton on AJ for a 2 count. They then kick Corbin back outside the ring, but Corbin comes right back in and drops Sami. Corbin walks into a super kick from Owens, but Ziggler drops Owens. AJ hits a Pele kick on Sami somewhere else in the ring. Everyone starts fighting in the corner, which leads to a 5-man powerbomb pyramid spot. Everyone is down, and AJ and Owens roll out to the ringside. Sami, Corbin, and Ziggler go at it in the ring. Corbin falls out to ringside. Sami hits a blue thunderbomb on Ziggler, but AJ breaks up the pin attempt. Sami throws AJ outside. Then Ziggler throws Sami outside. Owens hits the ring and hits a German suplex on Ziggler, then drops Corbin. Owen hits the cannonball on Ziggler in the corner, then a KO bomb, but AJ breaks up the pin. AJ gets thrown outside, and Ziggler hits a zigzag on Corbin. Ziggler hits a super kick on Sami. And then Corbin beats on AJ and throws him outside, and then clotheslines Sami. Corbin hits a choke slam backbreaker on Ziggler, then a deep 6 on Owens. Then Corbin covers, and AJ breaks up the pin. So a lot of moves being thrown out here on various people by pretty much Corbin.
Pretty much, yeah.
AJ boots Corbin down, then kicks Ziggler in the head too. Sami nails AJ in the corner, but AJ comes back with a big reverse DDT. AJ drops Corbin on the apron, then throws Ziggler outside. Team Cammy throw AJ outside next. Then Sami turns around and fucking haluva kicks Owens into Fastlane. And the crowd goes nuts. Sami covers for the 3 count. Your winner, Sami Zayn.
Bing, bing, bing.
Which means he ain't winning the match tomorrow.
No, he's not. Post-match, he's on his knees next to Owens as the others recover, and he gets interviewed after the replays. He gets interviewed by Dasha Fuentes, who asks why he attacked Owens, and he says that her question is stupid. He did that because he's the most underlooked performer in the WWE. Tonight wasn't about the WWE title. It was just to prove who is the best, and he proved he is.
I like Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn's cool. All right.
And he's not wrong.
He is not. So yeah, so let's hear. So we had the mid-match fighting, and Shane then comes out and go and organize it into a fatal 5-way. So we'll move it, I guess, into the proper fatal 5-way here. So
promo to Shane.
Yeah, sure. What the hell?
Because it involves Team Cammy.
I don't think makes sense. All right, just that. Bam. All right, so we'll go through the match participants here. Let's see. This being a fatal 5-way, this is a specialty match, and it's also the main event.
Mm-hmm.
So again, we're going base 12 on this.
Okay.
When it was Sammy. So base 12, we'll start off with Kevin Owens, who will get base 12 and 6 moves. Is 18 points to KO. 68. And then AJ Styles will get the base 12 and 2 moves is 14 points to AJ. Put AJ at 404. And then we've got Dolph Ziggler, who will also get 14, as will Baron Corbin, actually. Is 195, and Dolph Ziggler will get 14, which will be 138. Okay. Sami Zayn wins the match, so he will get 20 points for winning this match. He'll get 10 points for winning a specialty match, is 30. He will get the base 12, is 42. An additional 10 for competing in a match and winning the main event is 52. And 2 moves is 54 points to Sami Zayn. How do you like that?
All right.
What's it? 356. And the top 10 for Sami Zayn. How do you like that?
Nice.
And of course, also Sami Zayn gets 5 points for a post-match promo.
Yes.
61. Bam. Thus endeth the SmackDown.
Sami Zayn forever.
Pretty much. Let's go over to the scores. Dana, bam. All right. Still in the lead at 56.87 is the Blissful Ride of Justice. In second is the Valor Club Worldwide at 54.69. That's only 220 points, by the way. And still in last is me way the fuck behind. All right. Yeah, I will note, she gained less than 100 points for SmackDown. You gained over 200.
Yeah, but that makes sense because they're going into Fastlane stuff. With the WrestleMania season, I'm going to get fuck all for SmackDown because most of the shit I'm not even involved in. Actually, that's not true. I have Charlotte and I have the Usos, but that's like, I don't know what they're going to do with them leading up to it. And AJ has still been doing fuck all. He barely has any matches. Like, literally, my people, all they do is come out and cut promos. So, unless they do something with Team Cammy, that's where all my points are going to be.
Anyway.
And I will put to you, even if I do catch her and or overtake her, which is entirely possible with Fastlane, she's still going to crush me at WrestleMania. I'm not going to win. She's going to win this season. I guarantee it. She just has too many almost guaranteed points at WrestleMania to overcome.
Nothing is ever guaranteed at WrestleMania.
Yeah, we'll see. If this wasn't crotchety old man set in his ways, stupid idiot, not in tune with the world and the audience, Vince McMahon, I'd agree with you. But this is Vince McMahon looking to get out of the WWE, so yeah. But anyway, 205 Live. And why is that highlighted?
I make the point to you, there's 309 points not currently assigned to any team, by the way, that we're going to have to deal with. So just remember that.
Yeah, but as I pointed out to you the last time you mentioned that about those points down there, that's not going to mean anything unless they all go to one person.
We'll see where they go. All right. 205 live time. Shall we?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's just take a look at this real quick here. Can we do this? Can we view this image? Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so let's take a look here. I'm going to switch over the screen share for just a moment so we can take a moment here. Take a breather. So just to keep track of where we are here, folks. Here is your, I know it's very small and hard to read, but here is your Cruiserweight Championship bracket.
Mm-hmm.
So as you can see what we've got going on here.
So Cedric isn't competing at this 205 Live?
He is not.
Because it looks like he's the next matchup.
That bracket's a little out of date.
Okay.
That was like he competed last week.
Against TJP?
Yep.
Okay,
He
'cause I
won.
don't remember that. Fair enough.
Yeah, this week's matches would be the quarterfinals on the right. Tonight's matches include Mustafa Ali versus Buddy Murphy and Drew Gulak versus Mark Andrews.
So I'm assuming I lost.
Well, we'll find out. Build the score sheet back up. All right, so the 205s. So we have the recap video package of last week's wins by Cedric Alexander and Roderick Strong, previous to tonight's matches. We get caught up on the bracket via the commentators. And after Mark Andrews enters for the match, Dasha Fuentes catches up with Drew Gulak for a minute to ask how he's going to deal with Andrews' aerial game. Drew says if he had something to say, he'd say it. Maybe he'd even make a PowerPoint presentation. But he hasn't opened his copy of Microsoft Office in weeks because he's focused on getting to WrestleMania. Andrews is in his way, so if we want to see how Gulak will deal with the Welshman, we should just watch. Promo to Drew Gulak.
Okay, then.
Eight. All right, so then we have the match between Drew Gulak and Mark Andrews, which Drew Gulak does in fact win.
Wow.
Via his patented Dragon Sleeper submission hold.
Okay, then.
So Andrews has some technical chops and tries to fight back, and then starts throwing hurricanranas and shit. There's a corkscrew moonsault involved. Few other things, so striking exchanges, but eventually Andrews connects with a Slumdog Millionaire, but like an arrogant dumbass doesn't go for a cover, and instead says, I'm going to be cool and do a shooting star, and then just eat some knees.
So proving Gulak right.
Yes. And
also, his finishing move is a Slumdog Millionaire, really?
It's the Stun Dog Millionaire.
Oh.
Stun Dog Millionaire.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Stun Dog Millionaire.
Is Mark Andrews even on our roster?
He's way on the bottom.
Okay.
He's one of those extra people.
Fair.
And yes, the Stun Dog Millionaire, it's a 180-degree stunner.
Okay, then.
Also known as a front face lock stunner. All right. Anyway. So Drew Gulak transitions that knees to the shooting star into the into the patented Dragon Sleeper and the Welshman taps. And Drew Gulak holds the hold after the bell as well, and they have to pull him off. So, Mark Andrews gets 5 for competing in 2 moves, is 7 points to Mark Andrews.
That seems like an unnecessarily flashy stunner that accomplishes nothing.
Yeah. That would be the idea.
Okay, then.
I don't know. Drew Gulak gets 20 points for winning. He gets 5 for competing, is 25, and 4 moves is 29 points to Drew Gulak.
Okay, see, that was cool.
88 and 9.
Okay, see, that was a cool stunner. The one he did to Tozawa seemed unnecessarily flashy. The one he did on Gulak actually seems kind of cool because it seems like a counter stunner.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. I kind of want that move.
Yeah. Okay, so 27, right? No, wait, 29. Yeah, 29. So 78, 88, and then 9 becomes, 197. I was right. Okay. So following that, we got to the back where Drake Maverick is doing something on his phone.
Okay.
He seems to like whatever he's watching, but he's interrupted by Akira Tozawa and Hideo Itami.
Okay.
He said he asked them to join him because he was disappointed that they both lost in the first round. But
Okay.
they're respected around the world, and he's seen them backstage together and believes they can inspire each other as a tag team.
Okay.
The two men shake on it, and Tozawa, still doing his patented Vince impression, warns Maverick that if he's wrong, he's fired.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, that's his shtick now. I don't know.
God, that means they're not going anywhere in the tag division because that just screams like fucking Beauty and the Man Beast.
Yeah.
That makes me sad.
Counterpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Beauty and the Man Beast were the first ever SmackDown Tag Team Champions.
Yeah, but what have they done since then? Being the first anything doesn't mean anything. TJP was the first ever Cruiserweight champion, and look where he's at.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
Charlotte was the first ever Raw Women's champion, and she's on fucking SmackDown.
True. But that's because at the time that she was the first ever Raw Women's champion, it wasn't the Raw Women's title. It was just the women's title.
True.
Anyway. So
I put to you, Finn Balor was the first ever Universal champion. Look where he's at now.
Blame Seth Rollins for that.
I blame Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Fucking old piece of shit.
Yeah. Anyway. Akira Tozawa will get a promo.
Yay.
And Hideo Itami will get a promo.
Meh.
All right. Next up, we see an edited version of Mustafa Ali's killer Twitter promo.
Okay.
Which is apparently a really good promo.
Okay.
Hmm. Let's watch that promo later. It's apparently a really good promo. Anyway, promo to Mustafa Ali for that. To give context, have you ever watched a Jon Moxley promo?
No.
Okay. It's apparently like that.
Why, was he better as Jon Moxley?
Some people have said so.
Because I fucking hate his promos as Dean Ambrose.
They're okay.
I think they're shit.
His promos as Jon Moxley were if you were to his promos as Jon Moxley were if you were to take his Dean Ambrose promos and merge them with a Bray Wyatt promo.
So Dean Ambrose, if you understood what the fuck he was on about.
Basically. Although then again, who the hell understands what Bray's ever on about?
But yeah, at least you understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
Dean Ambrose sounds like he's drunk all the time and like he's Sylvester Stallone's illegitimate child.
Yeah. But his Jon Moxley promos had a Mankind quality to them.
So that's fine.
They were that's what I'm saying. That's the kind of promo that got over like Mr. I'm crazy, don't know what's going on type of thing. Check one out sometime. Anyway, next up, our new tag team debuts itself against two dudes I've never heard of, who I'm assuming were jobbers.
And let me guess, Tiff takes all the points.
They are Nemeth Alexander and Scott James. With a win via pinfall via Tozawa with a top rope senton.
Really? That's
How about
surprising.
that? Tozawa with a victory. You get the points. How about that?
That is surprising. Considering he's the joke between the two of them.
Yes. Also, I feel like we need to clarify our names here because now I have to wonder if Nemeth Alexander is related to Cedric Alexander.
Is he black?
I don't know.
How do you spell Nemeth?
Nemeth.
All right, let me look that up.
Like Dolph Ziggler's actual last name.
Fair enough. Alexander.
His real name is Nick Nemeth.
Right. Well, Nemeth Alexander doesn't exist on Wikipedia, so...
Well, let's turn on... Let me click this little video here and we'll see. Oh!
No, he does not look black to me.
No, he is a white dude. He is a very white dude.
He's a very white dude.
He is. Fair enough.
Actually, he looks kind of like Finn Balor.
A little bit.
Fair enough.
Actually, looking at him and his bald bearded partner, I'm going to call these guys Revival 2.0.
Okay, I don't see an image of his partner, but that's fair.
His partner is a bald dude with a big beard.
Fair enough.
So, not as cool looking as Scott Dawson's beard, but a beard nonetheless.
Fair.
Anyway. So yeah, James came in, took a corner drop kick from Hideo to set him up for the Tozawa senton.
Fair.
Nifty tandem corner strike where Itami charges with a high knee while Tozawa kicks him in the back of the head. Ow. That sounds painful. Yeesh.
Oh!
What?
Ooh, I think Tozawa fucked that up.
What happened?
Did you see his back suplex on Mr. Alexander?
I did not.
Yeah, I think he landed it wrong because it looked like he dropped him on his neck.
Ooh.
Yeah. That didn't look like he landed it right.
Fair enough. Anyway, we will go through here. So these two knuckleheads, should I give this jobber tag team points? I mean, should I bother? I don't know at this point.
Do we know if they were just local talent or if they were actually talent called up?
I have absolutely no idea.
Because usually local talent, we don't give them points.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if they were or not, though. I mean, they did at least give them names.
Does local talent have names?
Yeah.
Scott James, okay.
Yeah, Scott James and Nemeth Alexander. I don't know.
I would just say local talent, don't bother.
Okay, we'll just skip that then. Sounds good. Anyway, so then Hideo Itami will get 15 points for being on the winning team, and 5 for competing, and 1 for the corner dropkick. It's going to be 21 points to Hideo Itami.
All right.
86, 187. And then Akira Tozawa will get 20 for winning. He'll get 5 for competing, is 25. And 1 for the senton is 26 points to Akira Tozawa. Ha! Ha! So 97 points. Bada boom. All right. So we have that match.
Yep.
Then we see next week's semifinal match is going to be between Roddy and Cedric. We see a video of Roderick Strong training at the Performance Center, but that's cut off by Cedric Alexander with a backstage confessional promo talking about how every time he comes close to the title, something horrible happens, but not this time. He's going to WrestleMania to become champion. So promo to Cedric and Roddy. We'll give it to both since Roddy did do a thing.
All right, then.
And Roderick Strong is down here somewhere. 91. All right. And we got, let's see. All right. And then Buddy Murphy has a weigh-in video. He's down to 197 pounds. So that's a promo to Buddy Murphy then.
Wait, what was Nemeth's partner's name?
I don't know. Hang on. Let's scroll up here. That was Scott James.
Interesting.
Okay.
You know who Scott James actually is, right? The real Scott James?
I do not.
Have you heard of a man by the name of Brian James?
Yeah, sounds vaguely familiar.
You know who Brian James is?
Yeah, that's Road Dogg, right?
Yeah, Scott James is his brother. You know who Scott James is?
No.
Do you know a man by the name of Scott Armstrong?
Yeah, he's a ref.
That's Road Dogg's brother.
Oh, okay. Well, I know what Scott Armstrong looks like, and that's not him, so.
I know. And I'm wondering, because they basically gave him Scott Armstrong's real name. I'm like, wait a minute. Could he be related to them? That's what I'm getting at.
Could be. Who knows? Anyway, our main event, Mustafa Ali versus Buddy Murphy.
Yes.
And your winner to advance to the semifinals is Mustafa Ali.
Really? That's really surprising.
Yes, indeed, via a pinfall via a crucifix roll-up.
Okay, then.
Mustafa Ali did a great job mitigating Buddy Murphy's power game by tearing the shit out of his arms all match so he couldn't pick anything up. Yeah, there's a great moment early in the match where Buddy did his best kept secret shush talk one too many times, so Ali drop kicked him in the mouth and returned the gesture. He eats a lariat. They go back and forth for a while. There's a moment where Mustafa Ali gets some separation and hits a 450 onto Buddy Murphy's left arm as he's trying to use it to grab a rope. So that's what took his arm out of the picture, and then he just kept working on it.
Fair.
So he just beat the shit out of his arm for a while, and eventually he went to hit his finisher, which unfortunately requires lifting his opponent, and he could not do so with an injured arm. The Murphy's Law. So as a result, Ali just, as his shoulder came out of inside cradle, Ali just rolled him straight through into the pinfall.
Fair.
So Buddy Murphy will get himself 5 points for competing and 4 points for being in the main event is 9, and 3 points for moves is 12 points to Buddy Murphy.
Okay, then.
It's 58 points. And Mustafa Ali is going to get himself, let's see, 20 points for winning, 5 for competing is 25. 5 for winning the main event is 30, and the 4 is it's 34 for the winning with the main event. And 4 moves is 38 points to Mustafa Ali. Whereas 84 and 8 is 192. There we go. There you go. So if we're, let's see here. And of course, we know some of the next matches, but this is an interesting point to bring up here, though.
Okay.
If we look at the bracket now, based on what has come out here, our semifinal matches are now set. It's going to be Mustafa Ali versus Drew Gulak and Cedric Alexander versus Roderick Strong. The winners of those 2 matches will face each other at WrestleMania for the Cruiserweight Championship.
So what are you thinking? Cedric versus Roderick?
Oh, they're on the same side. It can't be.
Oh, here, put it up again. Let me see the things, because I thought you said Roderick was on the other side.
No, Cedric and Roderick are on the left. Ali and Gulak are on the right. So Ali will face Gulak and Cedric will face Roderick.
What do you think, Cedric versus Gulak?
I'm going to take a wild guess, although I wouldn't put it past him to do Cedric versus Ali and let him tear the fucking house down.
They could.
That would be the best possible cruiserweight match they could put on, I think.
Yeah. I would also say Cedric versus Gulak doesn't fit Gulak's gimmick.
Right.
Because Cedric's not a high flyer. His finisher's the lumbar check.
Yeah. But the interesting thing to note, if you look at that, that means after all these people that were put in here and all the new people that were brought in, 3 of the final 4 are 205 Live originals.
True.
Roderick Strong is the only one pushing through here. That's kind of interesting.
It is.
Fair enough. Well, there we go. We'll keep tabs on that cruiserweight as tournament as we go.
All right, then.
So, with that, we have reached the end of our little weekly chicanery. So let us check the scores.
Sure.
Over here. All right. And data. Refresh data. All right. In the lead at 57-13 is the Blissful Ride of Justice. Followed in second place at 55-48 by the Valor Club Worldwide. And still in third is me at 42-90.
Okay.
All right, there we go. Let's check the leaderboards. And at the top of the leaderboards, burn it down!
Fuck you, Rollins.
Seth freaking Rollins at 508 points. The first superstar to crest 500 this WrestleMania season. In second is Cedric Alexander, one of the final 4 of the Cruiserweight tournament at 474. Followed by the big dog Roman Reigns, the number 1 contender to the Universal title at 441. Braun Strowman clocking in at number 4 at 433 points. Followed just 4 points behind by Finn Balor at 431. The WWE Champion AJ Styles is coming in at 404 points, followed by the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, at 374. One half of the Raw Tag Champions, Sheamus, at 365, just 3 points ahead of his partner, Cesaro, the other half of the champs, at 362. And 1 point behind them, edging his way into the top 10, is Sami Zayn at 361.
Woo.
All right, all right.
Indeed.
And thus you have the program. So, folks, this has been our weekly shenanigans. Stay tuned for this coming Thursday when we'll be back to go over Fastlane, the final pit stop on the road to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And, of course, next week for our usual goings on.
Indeed.
Thanks for being here. Same to Tiff. We'll see you later in the week.
Absolutely.
Why not? Stupid microphone. Well, all three of us will be here, if not later this week, then at the end of this coming week. And we'll see you then. Yeah.